Oh,
All right. Sha la 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 la.
that was a nice decrescendo.
Thank you.
You just said what?
Decrescendo.
What does that mean?
It's Italian for
That was
It's a
smart.
time for
decrease. Decrease.
Yeah, something like that. It fades
Decrescendo.
out, yeah.
See that?
Because you played clarinet.
I played the flute.
Ah, there we go. It's a music thing, then.
Actually, I'm more of a
Nerds.
linguist because decrescendo, decrease.
Oh, so just okay. That's how you.
It's a romance
associate it.
language.
All right, man. I don't know. What's
I'm
up?
fucking smart, bro.
All right.
Look at you. Pat my,
Oh, shit.
pass my.
You smart. All right, whatever. We all can't be like gifted and stuff.
We all have a strength.
Mine is being terrible.
Hilariously terrible.
Hi, guys.
This is good.
I know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be in
I
good
legit
shape.
don't know what episode we're on. 43?
Ooh, That's a
43.
good question.
Wait.
43.
Did we start? What's this? What am I reading from?
Just read everything.
Yeah.
I'm fucking funny, too.
Ah.
All right, let's start over. All right, I'm done derailing. Let's start over.
Oh, okay.
That's a lie.
Episode 43.
We're shaking.
Yes.
How do you say 43 in Haitian Creole?
43.
I want to hear all the like. There was a collective sucking of teeth from all the Haitians
Everybody.
listening to this.
That was good.
Yours is 43? Okay. Welcome to another episode of Please Delete This.
We're shaking.
In the building or basement or in our surrounding immediate area, we have Jolly old Darren.
You are jolly. Bim is here.
Hey, Bim.
This is Genevieve, and today is Thursday, December 6th, 2018.
Officially Christmas season.
Man, it's been Christmas season since like
No.
October 31st.
In my world. To me.
So December makes it real for you?
Yeah.
Because I see you got your tree up.
The trees up, the chestnuts are roasting. Roping. I hate that dog.
I was gonna say he wants to hang his dog.
Look at Jen's face like episode 43. Start over. 43.
Take 3.
43.
Oh, God.
Guys, friends,
What's
Friend.
how has the past week and weekends been for you?
up? Honestly, I don't remember this
think
time.
I don't-
Somebody say something.
How was
about
Nick's
that.
thing?
That was. See, you better than me, man. Did I do something before that though?
Mm-hmm.
I did not. Okay. Nick's thing was splendid.
Oh.
First of all, pause. Second of all,
Grow up. I got it. Second of all, grow. Third, that was good.
Nick also has a very nice home, as you do. Him and his wife, Mariama, decorated splendidly.
Oh, shout out
They
to
had
them.
poinsettias or whatever you call it.
Oh,
and
those flowers, the
wreaths
big ones, yeah.
and shit. And the stairway had garland or whatever going up it. And they had alcohol and Christmas cookies and Chinese food.
To bring us back down.
Hell yeah. And no, it was dope. Bunch of people there. We all kicking it.
No one invited me, but it's cool, bro.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, come on. Why you want to be places?
Every time you do this, I do this.
I wish I could just stay home. And yeah, no, it was good. We all ate. Some people were playing games. And then naturally, I was like, so are we watching the fight? I mean, he's cool and all. So we watched the fight. So that was a good way to.
Way to ruin it, Bim.
I don't care. The people in the dining room playing Jenga and whatever they do.
With the
over there.
fight on? Wow.
But they didn't care.
That's what I'm saying. Wow.
They're trying to be festive, and here you want to watch
Fights are festive.
people
Very
beat
festive.
up each other.
It was
Because
great.
blood
the
is
fire was
red.
going. Blood is red.
Red is one of the Christmas colors, red and green.
The sleigh is
green
red.
is the color of the money that they get for shedding their red blood.
Yo, she is hella smart. Tis the season, Darren.
Cheers.
Don't start that shit again, all right? Don't. You two
We
last
wish
week.
you a Merry Christmas. Shout out to Yellow Man.
I think that's all I did though. Yeah, so watch the fight and Sunday. I don't know. No, I did stuff. I don't know.
How was the fight? Was it good?
Oh, you didn't even hear about it? Nothing. See, I wish. Are you guys really my friends?
I wanted to see the fight, but like I realized it when it was kind of too late because I did do something Saturday, so I was doing something too, and afterwards we went out for drinks, and I was like, yo, I slacked. I should have said, let's go to Dave and Buster's because they usually show the fights.
Right.
I was pretty pissed at myself at that point.
Fight was. All right, so it was Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. I won't get too heavy into boxing stuff, but Deontay Wilder probably has the hardest punch. He has the heaviest hands I've ever seen from a heavyweight in boxing. I've seen him knock somebody out through their guard. They had their guard up.
Goddamn.
He hit the front part of the guard, and dude was knocked out.
Wow.
Yeah, in another fight.
Impressive.
Yes. So
Scary.
he has his record is what was it 39? No, 40-0.
Damn.
And 39 of them were knockouts.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
And people keep signing up to fight him?
I mean,
Not me.
that's he said.
You and me both,
No,
Darren.
right?
Like, nah, niggas alright.
Nah, I'm all right.
Yeah, so Tyson Fury, he's, kind of like a journeyman, but he does his thing. He's also undefeated, 29.
Wait. What's he look like?
White dude.
Oh, the beard. Is that the one who got knocked down and got up?
Oh, you kept saying, seeing the Undertaker memes.
Yeah.
So he's pretty much winning the fight, like all the way through. So I can't remember the rounds, but he got knocked down one round. It's kind of like a slip, but he went down, proceeded to win rounds, and then I think it was the 11th or 12th round where I think Deontay lost up until that point, and then catches him lovely with a right and a left as he's going down. Boom! Down. Like, yo, I'm like jumping on John and shit. Everybody's wilding because we weren't expecting it.
Yeah.
This nigga,
Doom.
like the Undertaker, just sits up. Everybody stops.
Yo, he really sounded like.
We were like, yo, because anybody that Deontay's knocked down, they're out, like nothing. So he gets up and actually hurt Deontay at one point in that round. And but I feel like Tyson Fury won the fight. But they made it a draw. One judge had it like convincingly for Deontay. So boxing's crooked, whatever. But there will be a rematch.
Of course, that's how that's set up.
Right. Deontay said it today that he will give Tyson Fury the rematch because he doesn't feel like he, earned a draw. He
Sure,
wants to
he
make it
doesn't.
convincing.
He wants to make more money.
Well, and I think because being undefeated, having 39 knockouts, this was his first like real challenge. So I think he feels like he lost, like he knows. So he needs to get that vindication. And then at some point, somebody will fight this other dude who's a champion, Anthony Joshua, who happens to be Nigerian. His middle name is Olasheni. Fun fact.
Hey.
So is Joshua like what is that? Is that his last name?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
Sure it is. I'm not gonna dispute it.
It's like
Nigeria, like Peters is the last name randomly for some Nigerian. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let it happen.
Peters is a Nigerian last name? I did not know that.
A famous artist, Shino Peters. Peters, yeah. Also, Anthony. No, there's another boxer that was his last name too. Samuel Peters. Yeah. I know Nigerians' names sounded mad American. I don't know. What do you want me to do?
I don't know what I want you to do.
So, so the rematch is coming up. So, yeah, I don't know.
That's probably because British people colonized the area.
And a lot of them go to be educated and stay in the UK.
But what's that got to do with changing your last name, though?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I know, right?
I often wonder why my last name is Fuja.
Why wouldn't it be?
Because you've seen some of the Nigerian last names.
You got lucky.
There's mad vowels. Yeah.
You lucked out, kiddo.
I looked out like a mug. Yeah.
Only 5 letters? What?
Yeah.
You can sign your
For
name
a West
quick.
African name? Yeah.
Yeah, sign.
But yeah, that was my weekend, I think.
That's what's up.
Oh! I was supposed to go to the concert.
you didn't go.
What concert?
God,
On
Travis
Friday?
Scott. Travis.
You didn't
I
go?
can't talk. Yeah, Travis Scott.
You didn't go.
So get this, right? I go on Friday. Wow, man, I'd be forgetting. I try to block it out of my memory. I leave work early on Friday to try to surprise my son for his 13th birthday, like I said on the
Yeah, it
podcast
was
last
Monday.
week.
Shout out to him.
Happy birthday, Dylan.
Word, he's old. So I get to Connecticut, pick him up, drive to Hartford. It's an hour drive.
Yeah.
On the way, he eats his food mad quick. He's kind of trying to guess where we're going.
Yeah.
And, he's hinting at stuff. And, I'm kind of throwing him off, but reel him in and all that. So we pull up, and it's at the XL Center in Hartford.
Yeah.
And I've been to many concerts. I get there, I'm like, it's kind of dead in the area for a concert.
Yeah.
So I pull into the parking garage, and like there's no merchandise
There's no
being
nothing.
sold outside.
Yeah.
You can't hear music. I see a few people outside, but I'm like, what's up? Walk up the stairs, the door's locked. There's a few people outside. They're like, are you here for the show? Like, yeah. And they said, yeah, we looked online. It said it's rescheduled.
What do you mean?
I'm like,
What do you mean?
So I call. He said, yeah, there's no information. It's going to be rescheduled to a later date, or refund information will be given. I get off the phone. So my son says, so can I see who it was supposed to be? Man, I showed him the ticket. He just froze. Then I told him who was going to be on the card because he listens to all that Trippie Redd and Mo Bamba, whoever has that Shaq whatever. And I told him, he said, oh, Trippie Redd was going to be here.
So you drove him around to break his heart.
Don't do that because I already feel like shit.
Sorry.
That's the first time let me see because I'm a failure. Let me check.
Oh, don't say that.
You're not a failure,
That's the
dude.
first time I really feel like I let my son down, even though he didn't know, even though it was a surprise.
Yeah. And it's not your fault.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I'm sure he appreciated the gesture. Like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have drove him out there for nothing.
it's I just
God
felt,
damn it.
and he just sat there for a little bit.
Like, damn.
Yeah, and then
Travis Scott let him down. You didn't.
thank you, Jen.
Hey, Travis. See what you did?
Mr. Scott.
Mr. Scott.
So we drove around boring ass Connecticut trying to find something to do. We just ended up at Dave and Buster's and went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Made the best of it, but yeah.
I purposely didn't ask you in the chat because I was like, oh, we could talk about it on Friday.
Thursday.
Told my Thursday, sorry. Told my girls, I was like, yo, Bim, he's taking your son to.
See, I'm a failure. Tell them I'm a failure.
No, you're not a failure.
I'm a failure.
They looked at me like, you never do that for us, and I never will.
They said that?
Yeah.
Why don't you take him to
Well,
a
I
concert?
asked them one time, I said, what concert would you, we were trying to see what concert. They don't really hone in on one artist. Like, they don't be like, I love this person.
Yeah.
So we're like, what artist would you want to go see? Both of them.
Well, you got to know what they listen to.
I kind of do, I kind of don't.
Let's tag team this. Pause if applicable. Oof.
Yeah, it's applicable.
Yeah, so, because
Now
now
I'm so intrigued.
now I'm looking for, hopefully they reschedule that.
Oh, Young Dolph is coming here in a couple weeks.
I don't think he listens to Dolph.
Oh.
Nah.
Is Dolph a little too much?
A little too much with Dolph.
So my kids, they know. I don't know that they listen to albums.
No, nobody does. Like Dylan will, he could, but he's rare.
Okay,
Yeah, he's rare. But
those are hits.
Like
it's
Mr.
all
Clean with
singles.
hair.
Was that a Wayne line or something?
It is a Wayne
So
line.
that was the Weezy line. You didn't even. I heard half what you said, and I knew it was Wayne. Like, stupid. Although I like Wayne.
Even though I didn't say, like, been with hair.
Shut up. Because it's not rare. It's photograph proof. Whatever. Anyways, so yeah, I'm looking for another concert just in case. So if it's one of those shows with a bunch of people, yeah, there's usually people opening, so
I'm with it.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he'll be down for this one, but Anderson .Paak is touring. He'll be around this way in February. I want to go to that. Because I know me and him vibe to some Paak, but I don't know if he's going to go to a show. So we'll figure. I'm trying to make it up. I feel terrible.
Anderson .Paak was on Saturday Night Live last week.
Did you saw? I thought you watched that stuff.
I fall asleep.
Jen, what'd you do
Had
last
to be
weekend?
late.
Last weekend, as I've told many people, my friends and I have a super Sagittarius something soiree every year. And it's because the three of them are Sagittarius. Happy birthday, Helena and Tisha and Janelle.
Happy birthday.
Oh, that's right. It was Tisha's birthday.
Well, no, it hasn't come yet. Hers
Oh, it's
is the
coming.
9th. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's
And
right.
my half birthday is November 24th, so I'm a
Jen,
half
Jen,
Sagittarius.
that's not a thing, Jen.
Says who?
Ooh.
Says who? My Sagittarius friends always celebrate our birthdays together, so it's a
Our
thing.
birthdays.
Well, my half birthday, obviously.
So when it's your birthday, is it their half birthday? Do they say such stupidity?
It's a good question.
It's their half birthday, but they don't recognize it.
So they really do
It's
just
not
to rope
observed.
you into
Well, it really started because since we're all friends and they all have their birthdays close together, when they celebrated, I would always celebrate with them. Like, I remember when they all turned 21 and I was 20, and so everybody, we're like, oh, we're gonna have a drink, and Helena and Tisha had an apartment at that time. We all gathered and drank and had a good old time, So I've always celebrated our birthdays with them, even though it's not my birthday. So I was like, hey guys, it's my half birthday.
Woohoo.
So we all
That's
Sagittarius.
good enough.
And so since it's a Sagittarius soiree, well, I belong. So we lost count after maybe like 4 years. So we don't know what number we're on. So we just call it S, and we'll just throw a random number. What we doing for S47?
Do
I
you
don't
do
know.
Roman numerals too? Like
I'm gonna start doing Roman numerals. We haven't done that yet.
that'd be fire.
Yeah.
X,
So
X, V,
for-
I.
So for S, whatever number this was, we went to some hipster ass restaurant on the east side. It was like on Wickenden Street or something.
I seen the Snap stories.
Oh yeah, I did too.
Does Tisha really not know how to use chopsticks, or was she trolling?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think she knows how to use chopsticks, but whatever it is that she ordered, it was just soft and broke apart in the
gotcha.
sticks. I don't know. I don't know how to use chopsticks. So
Now he's being able to fork.
yeah.
Or
So,
you
but
use
it's-
SPON.
but it's not the kind of place because I'm. They always say I'm like the childish one. I don't really order different foods. It's not true. A lot of places that we've gone, I have gotten chicken tenders of some sort.
I was gonna say she would go somewhere and order some goddamn chicken tenders.
I've done that many times. But
God
in
damn
the
it, Jen.
last few years,
You tried to expand your
I've
palate.
gotten different things, but this particular place, nothing on the menu interests me. So they had something that was like chicken. It sounded like it was gonna be like chicken teriyaki of some sort, and the shit came and it was a little bowl of fucking chicken tenders. And everybody's looked at me, and I'm like, Helena's seen it on the menu too. It wasn't supposed to be tenders. So
Oh, Jen.
You were relieved though.
I was. I said, "Well, I can eat this."
Ooh, God.
Lord.
Let's get a little ketchup on the side. That'll be good.
Nah, no ketchup. They had some white sauce. It didn't taste like nothing, but I dipped it in it anyway.
Oh, Jen.
So that's why I forgot about them.
You are a gem.
And then Sunday I just stayed home and rested. I took a nap at around 1 and I woke up like around 3.
Mom's left, right?
Yeah, she left Friday. Oh, my mommy left me on
Yeah.
Friday.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm straight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
great.
not gonna
Why-
lie. I
why
was
do you
sad
ask?
for like the first couple days.
Yeah.
I was like,
Couple
dang, I miss my
days?
mom.
You're good.
Right? Normally that doesn't really happen. Normally it's like, okay. But I actually missed her for like a good 2-3 days and now I'm okay.
Yeah.
I've
I
seen
mean,
my
she
mo-
still calls me, so it's not like
I've seen my mother Monday and Tuesday, and I was like, "Go away, go away, please." Go.
She came here or you went to her?
Nah, she was bothering me to print something and fax something for her.
Oh, okay.
I purchased a printer for her.
Darren, I wish you would just
No,
do
I'm
it.
not gonna commit. I will not give you the no. I won't give you the satisfaction.
Damn it.
It's good
it's
for
still
ratings.
satisfying when you stop
Yeah.
and you change your words.
You
You know
correct.
that, right?
Yes, I-
It's still funny.
Yeah. Okay.
But you purchased.
I purchased a printer for her
You
for
bought.
Christmas. I bought.
There you go.
There you go.
And
You could do it.
I got her this printer last Christmas. Like, yo, here's a printer. Leave me alone. Cool.
If it was only that easy.
She's still. I don't know. It doesn't print away. Can you just print it for me? I'm like, all right, cool. I print out the form for her. She's like, great. Thank you so much, Didi. I love you. Da-da-da. Next day, can you fax it for me? Like, Mommy, you could just email it.
I was going to say, do people fax?
Oh my God, Mommy. Email it to, please.
Wait. Time out. She was gonna fax you something to print for her.
No, she was going to print it out for me to print it for her. No. I'm sorry. They sent it to her in the link. So she emailed me the link so I could print it out for her so she could fill it out. So she could give it back to me to scan and fax to somebody for her.
Wow.
Just email it, Mommy. Like, just open it on your computer,
Fill it
and
out.
send it out and send it. Yeah, but I have to sign it. How do I sign, Darren? Come on.
That's true. How was
Help me. I
how
don't
is she
know
gonna
how to
sign
do
it? She's right.
Like, hey, Mommy. Like, here's how you
You
do
have a
it.
stylus for her and a touch screen.
I got her a brand new laptop for her to do all this shit on. And she's still in my face.
She wants to see her son.
And then she guilts me like that. I bought you Subway.
She brought you
She
Subway.
did.
Ah!
You
I
begrudgingly
hate
ate it.
you so much. I didn't regret. No, I ate it. I ate it happily. It's like, Mom, come on.
What kind of sandwich was it?
A spicy Italian
Oh wow!
on
I used
herbs
to
and cheese, foot long,
herbs
with
and cheese.
mayo.
Mm.
Did I say that right?
No, I'm
There
just
you go.
I'm
Herbs
repeating
and
you.
cheese, yeah. With mayo,
Mm.
honey mustard,
Mm.
banana peppers,
Two
cucumbers,
condiments. Oh.
lettuce, and spinach.
Cucumba.
Oh, lettuce and spinach.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Double green.
Every time. So
You took a
good.
nice solid poop after that. That's a healthy bowel movement. He had
End with
lettuce.
the play-by-play.
I'm just saying he had lettuce and spinach,
Yeah.
herbs and cheese, cucumbers, peppers,
Yeah. It's
honey
so
mustard,
good.
and mayo. So it was a nice smooth bowel.
I'm not gonna sit here and discuss my bowel movements with you.
I mean, if you're gonna discuss them with anyone, it might as well be us.
It might as well be, yeah. So,
Fact.
weekend was good though. We did more nesting. We got the baby's room just about complete. It's nesting. Yeah,
I'm
then
trying to
just allow-
learn this stuff.
Just allow
I'm trying
it.
to learn. I don't know. Yo.
Just allow it.
So nesting is what again?
Nesting.
It's just you
It's
home.
just basically just getting the stuff ready for the new baby.
Oh, like a bird nest.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Ah.
I wish you guys could hear the face I'm making.
Did you know that, Jen?
It'd be much too loud.
Did you know that?
I mean, when he first said nesting, I said like a bird's nest in my head, but I didn't say it out loud.
I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know.
What you think, like nesting, like tables?
Like just kicking it. No, just kicking it in the house. I know it meant like gathering things.
Isn't that cribbing?
Yeah, well, shut up.
Gathering twigs.
Yeah, now I get it. I'm dumb. My bad.
Yeah, so we we moved the boys. It's probably a boy in there, that's why I keep saying boys. But we're moving their room into the living room, as you guys can see.
Yes, sir.
So we got the crib set up, we got the new crib set up, and it was dope. Clara had to go out, so it was just me and the baby, and we're putting together the new crib. And when I tell you, my son makes me so happy. I was, screwing in the screw and tightening it, and he sat on my lap, and he was like, I'll do it.
I love this.
I was like, go ahead, baby, go ahead, and turning it. And every time he would screw in something right, I'm like, good job, high five. He give me a high five, and he give me a hug, and say, I love you. And then he would run to the other side, and he had his little tools. He has like a little hammer, and he's like, daddy, daddy. I'm like, go ahead, baby, go ahead. And then he was so proud of himself that when Clarabelle came home later that day, he was like, mommy, pulled her and showed her the crib like, daddy, daddy did, me and daddy did this. I was like, this is my son.
Yo, man.
This is my son.
Aww.
Because sometimes it takes a village.
Yeah, you're dumb, yo. This guy's...
Unfortunately, we could not make it to next thing. We didn't have a babysitter. Oh, the babysitter fell through.
Oh, you were supposed to be there?
Yeah, he
What
was
a
shouting.
hoe.
I know.
Oh,
I
So
felt
everybody got
bad.
invited but me.
Shit, you should have kept that to
I
yourself.
should have. I'm sorry.
It's no big deal. I'm just here. It's because I am single. I will ruin the couple's party.
That's not true. There was mad single people there.
That's even worse, Bim.
It really is.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm just not going to say nothing. I wasn't in charge of invitees.
So yeah, but we had a good weekend. It was nice and chill. I didn't get played by my children, so all was
That's
well.
what's up.
Yeah.
So
all was
nesting, I'm still on this. It occurs until the baby's born, essentially.
It's really just okay. So really, it's the mom that's doing it, where she's like, getting the clothes ready, putting it where it belongs. For me, it's the heavier stuff, like getting the crib together, getting the bassinet together, and stuff like that. But really, just getting ready. Like it's a calming, peaceful time, and that's nothing.
I was going to
like
say it
that
doesn't
here.
sound like that.
No. But it was good. It's very,
That's
very, very,
lovely.
very, very, very good.
All right.
Very good.
So I have literally nothing on my thing, so I'm freestyling today.
Word, you gonna spit that verse? So I went on this little journey of mine, and I said to myself, I want to have like a segment of things where it's like, today I learned those little memes.
I was 3 years old.
Yeah, and so I was like, I really want to find something where it's like this is like a surprising fact. So I was like looking through facts, and I found one. You guys are probably gonna be like, "You're so stupid! Like, just leave, right?" And it made me laugh so much that I shared it with Clarabelle, and she was like, "Get out! Like, just leave the room." So I was on this site, and they give random facts, and one of them.
Are you afraid away from the microphone?
No, he's good.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one was, if you voluntarily curl your toes, it causes your asshole to constrict.
No, it doesn't.
I don't care what happens next. That was worth it. You can say whatever you want. You can whatever you want. But for me, it does somehow. TMI.
I mean, we started a bowel movement. Where else would we go?
Let me start over here for a second. Jen.
Don't shame her.
I'm still curling my toes.
Answer my question, because in that lapse of time where Darren said it and there was silence, and then you came in with the, no, it doesn't. Because in my head I was like, God damn, she was sitting there trying it.
I was. I'm still trying it.
That was what made it so funny to me, because as soon as I read it, I was like, and in class, so I read it and I laugh like that, and Clara goes, "What the hell's wrong with you?" And I'm like, so I'm like,
Because you just tickled your own butthole.
yeah. So the more she's like, "What's so funny?" I'm like, nothing.
I don't care.
Bimba doesn't work.
I don't care.
Bimba, not that I need to know or anything, but Bimba doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't well, yeah, on the drive home, you're gonna be like, "Oh goddamn!"
He's gonna be at a red light and have a few seconds to kill.
Like,
So I'm just gonna curl this
I'm gonna
toe.
try it.
They gonna do one toe at a time.
Okay, hold on.
So maybe that's.
I have more questions. Hold on.
Is it one toe? Because I did all.
I'm doing all of them.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got my shoes on. Should I take a shoe off?
No, because I.
So is it both feet or even if you do one foot?
Specify. It says one. I did it with 1 foot.
1 foot.
But the,
So did it clench on one side of your butt?
No, it's the whole thing.
But I
But,
feel
it's like a slight, like a
But
little.
I think it's because
like
you
a
have
muscle.
I think your butt, like your hamstring, is probably connected to your thigh bone, connected to your hip bone, connected to your
Well,
calf,
that muscle just.
and so you clench up that one muscle,
Ah!
and all that muscle's clenching.
This nigga's doing butt kegels. What's up with you, man?
Listen, I just read the fact that I said, they're gonna hate me for this, but I need to share.
Thanks.
And yeah, you're welcome, Jen.
Why,
Bim,
why would
you
anyone
not-
listen to this?
I don't know. Are you
If
not
I ever
comfortable
wanted
in
to
your
quit this
in your
podcast,
size?
and I just want y'all to know
No.
that I've been trying it the whole time. It's not true.
Say that's 2 votes for no. Maybe our muscles are just weak. Maybe you have strong leg muscles.
Yo. For research purposes, I know people at home are like, I don't know, my experience is different. I just want y'all to know.
It's kind of like the pat your head and rub your tummy thing.
Word.
Not
Oh,
everybody's
fuck.
the same.
Oh shit. Darren, do you have more facts to share with us?
I will share. I'll try to find something.
Not
Oh
all
my
buttholes are
God.
created equal.
That's stupid. That's so dumb.
That is
Oh
dumb.
my god.
I was going to sleep yesterday,
Go ahead.
and I don't know why. I think something on TV, they were talking about something, and somebody said Pirates of the Caribbean.
Great movie series.
I'm sure.
Because you don't watch movies.
No, I don't. And I said to myself, Self,
So,
why doesn't... Self was like, what, bitch? You always got something. I was like, Self, why doesn't anyone say Pirates of the Caribbean?
I knew you were gonna say that. Because I go back and forth with that word.
Do you?
Really?
Oh, well, Caribbean by itself.
What's
Yes. Like Caribbean by itself.
Yeah.
Back
say
and forth.
Caribbean.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about the name of the movie, you always
say
say Pirates of the
Caribbean.
Caribbean.
Yeah.
Like in regular talk, I would say Caribbean.
Right.
So why don't we ever say Pirates of the Caribbean?
Because all the commercials and whatnot saying
And Caribbean, and it sticks in your head.
Caribbean. Yeah. And it's like fuck, I had a equivalent, but it just flew away. But yeah.
So I had to roll over and text myself that because I knew I would forget. So I just read that text too.
Did you tell me why you don't use Notepad? I can't remember. Sorry.
Every time you ask, I give you that look.
Pissed. How dare you question me?
Oh,
I'm going to try to make it a point of saying Pirates of the Caribbean now.
you're gonna
But it
slow
doesn't
down
sound-
just like that every time.
But it doesn't sound as
And
natural.
everybody's gonna go, what? And you're gonna be like, that movie, Pirates of the Caribbean. They go, I never heard of that movie.
Like,
And you gonna get
Pirates
mad.
of the Caribbean. Oh, I
Oh, you
just say
fucking
so. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, so I'm full of shit. Remember
Maybe that's why your butthole don't clench.
Swear to God, I'm quitting. Swear to God. Anyways, I was talking shit about Christmas in that Kurt Russell movie. So I only heard the audio of the movie from the commercials when I listened to like iHeart or whatever. I saw the commercial for it.
It's kind of good.
I'm watching that shit.
Yo, man.
I'm
It's on
watching that
Netflix, and I'm like, yo, I hate Christmas movies, but I might have to do this one.
Yeah, because he's still Kurt Russell. He's not like some corny Santa. He puts the Kurt Russell flair on it, so I'm fucking with it. I'm phony. Whatever.
Whatever.
So deal with it.
We have bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, word. Speaking of which, since
eat
your
fish?
tree's up, I eat fish.
Oh, that's what's up.
You don't eat fish?
Nah.
She don't
Did we
do
talk about
seafood.
this?
She don't
We
do
did.
seafood.
Oh yeah.
I only eat fake fish. Thank you, Darren, for
What's
knowing
fake
me.
fish?
Tuna fish. Every few years I'll eat seafood salad.
What's in seafood salad?
Seafood.
It's
Darren.
Sorry.
it's imitation crab meat.
Ah,
I'll eat once every couple of years fast food fish sandwiches. Those are delicious.
Filter fish.
Wendy's has a good one, but apparently it's seasonal.
with the cod, the wild
Alaskan cod.
Yeah, bullshit.
Cod.
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 I don't even want a cod that
Cod
comes all the way
these.
from Alaska.
Cod
It's dark for 6 months out of the year.
Fucking guys in Alaska.
So
And the ice truck drivers, fucking crazy.
Fucking crazy.
On the side of the highway and the fucking mountains.
The wolves.
The wolves?
The
You seen
wolves?
The
The
fucking
fucking
wolves,
wolves?
Darren. Down in the fucking woods. You seen them?
No, he got me doing it. Fuck you, fuck you, Ben. I got my own accent to deal with. I ain't got time to add to another accent.
You don't want to double down. I get it. So, did we talk about last week?
Whoa,
Festives.
double down.
Shut up. Did we talk about it last week? Because I know I'm a Grinch. Jen, do you buy gifts for like your nephews at least and nieces or whatever?
I used to until there became 7 of them.
How many? I didn't know there was that many.
Yeah, so after about 3.
Yeah, tap out. Yeah. Like you completely tap out, or you just give the youngest one something?
Like the last couple of years, I'll buy the youngest ones gifts, but then I never actually make it to give it to them, and then
So that's a thing of yours.
and then the gifts will just stay in my house for the whole year, and then eventually I get tired of looking at them, and I think I throw them out. I don't know what I do with the gifts. Like I bought new ones this year.
So it's not something that just happened with Darren once or twice.
No.
It's you.
Because
That's the
I
thing.
like buying gifts for people. I just
Just
don't-
giving it to them is whoa.
okay, all right. Getting into the world of Jen, I have this thing where I'm really bad at finishing things.
Diploma example.
Diploma is prime example. Diploma is actually when I realized that about myself. I said when I went back to school and I went to meet with the dean, and I was like, all right, so in order to finish what I got to do, and he pulled up my transcript, and I forgot how many credits you need to become an engineer. I forgot what it was, but let's say it's 200, and I had 193 credits.
Yo, man.
I was like, you bitch.
You call him a bitch.
No, myself.
Oh,
But turns out I had taken a bunch of classes just to take classes that were like gen eds that didn't count towards anything. So I still had to take like 3 semesters worth of part-time classes. I needed really about 25 or so credits, but it's still not a lot.
No.
It's still not a lot. It's not a smart place for you to stop going to school for 5 years. It just it don't make no sense. So yeah, that's when I realized that about myself.
Jen, do you feel like that's because you're afraid of things coming to an end, or tell us more. Expound on that.
Expound.
expound. Damn.
What's up?
I was expecting expand, not expound.
I don't even know if that's a word or not.
Right?
But I'm not gonna
challenge him.
Feels right. I don't know.
test
Might be. Shut up.
it feels right to expound.
Come here, girl. I'm about to expound,
Expound
you.
you. Ow.
Use that word freely, people. Feel free. Expound.
Freely expound.
So,
But don't pound X.
huh? Did you just
Expound. That's
Good job.
Then you just-
Expound,
But don't pound your
Ah.
X.
pound the X?
Mm.
Nope, not going there. So, what? So you don't buy shit, or you do, but you just keep it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
I never actually make it to giving it to the children. But this year I'm gonna give the children the stuff.
Not believing.
I'm sorry.
that.
One
Is
year I gave
expound really a word though?
Google
Yeah,
it.
look
You're,
it
you're
up.
the Google person of the room.
Google.
Okay, Google. Okay, Google.
I'm not doing this. We're not doing
Do it, baby.
No, you
Come
do
on.
it.
I can't do it. You are day one.
Wait, so Darren.
Oh, I
kinda-
got to Google Home this weekend.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you off the mic, but I want to save it.
I don't know how to use it, so I turned it off.
Fuck. So you got it, and you also got a Chromecast, right?
Good shit,
Yeah.
man.
So like, what's the? Wait, hold on, Darren, give me props because I want to be knowing if words I say are real.
It is a real word.
What's the definition?
Word. Present and explain a theory or idea systematically in detail.
It works.
Expound.
Yeah.
It's like expand, but better.
See, use
Much
it.
better.
You expound on expand. God damn it!
Oh, God
God
damn,
damn it! Look at him, ladies and gentlemen.
Stop.
African Ti strikes again.
Yo,
God damn it!
I hate you guys. Act like you don't use expound in your day.
I've never.
All right.
Like if Darren would have said it, I would have found it.
Yeah.
I'm like, Darren, you can't talk. But you said it. I'm like, that's probably a word.
Yeah. And I would completely agree with you.
Yeah.
Challenge me for using that word.
Yeah, you'd been like, oh, is it expand? And then I would have laughed at you. But Ben were like, Google it.
Yeah.
I hate you guys. What are we talking about, man?
My Google Home.
Oh yes. So you got it. Why'd you get a home though?
Okay, so what happened was I needed a new Chromecast.
Right.
Chromecast is $35. I went on Walmart.com because I can't deal with Walmart. We all know this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
We
like,
didn't.
we never got into it.
We didn't expound into
We
it.
never expounded. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can't do Walmart. I try to go there no more than 5 times in a year.
Mm.
And when I'm in there, I can't be in there more than 16 minutes.
16.
That's precise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very precise.
I can't do Walmart. So I was like, all right, I want the Chromecast. I don't feel like driving around to all the Best Buys. I'm going to order it on Walmart.com and just pick it up when it's ready.
Right.
So I can in and out. So I go on Walmart.com. They had the Chromecast, $35, but then they had a Google Home kit, normally like $79 or $75 for $49. So for $14 difference,
Oh, yeah, it's a bargain.
it comes with a Chromecast and a Google Home Mini. So I said,
right.
well, shit.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, bitch. Because you went on about how great your Google Home was.
Oh, I've learned more commands as well.
And I tried to use it. So I was like your mom. I plugged the bitch in. I did the whole setup on Google Home on my phone. I said, I'm ready. I said, hey, Google. Y'all think I'm bullshit. Like, I swear to you, I was in my house yelling at my TV. I'm like, hey, Google, turn the TV off. And nothing happened. I was like, fuck this shit. This
Unplug. First command didn't work.
I did it like 3 times. I was like, hey, Google. Nothing. So I was like, yo, this is just the government trying to listen in on me. So there's a switch on it. And I turned the switch off and it said, mic is off. I said, you a fucking liar. But I believe it.
So, did you actually set it up for it to see your TV in the settings?
Google said they're like, who's she talking
What is she?
to?
Does she
Does
know
she
that
know
there's
I don't-
more?
I mean, I went on the app. All right, you tell me if I said
She
it.
has a TV?
The Google doesn't know.
No. I went on the Google. First, I did the Chromecast because I know how to do that.
Okay,
I
yep.
set up the Chromecast. I was watching Hulu on my TV.
Yep.
It's all good. And then I plugged in the thing. I went on Google Home. I set up my Wi-Fi.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. And it talked.
Yep.
It said something. And then it asked me, like, which voice do I want, the girl or the guy? And I
Yep.
picked the girl because
Right.
if I hear a guy's voice when I'm by myself, I'm like, who the fuck's in my house?
Right,
so I
right.
was like, I'm going to do the girl.
Mm.
And, yeah, like the little light came on. Right? The light came on.
Yep.
And did something happen when I said something to Google, though? I feel like something happened, but it wasn't what I wanted.
You
All
make
right.
my head hurt.
So, you have a smart TV, right?
Yeah.
So you have to set up for the device to recognize your TV if it's part of the list. So if it knows your smart TV's brand, it'll add it to the Google
I have a
Home.
Samsung
Yeah,
smart
so-
TV, like the real smart TV.
Yeah, so it should
Not
be
this
able to add it.
bullshit LG.
I am my G. You got beef?
I got the real
Throwing
one.
out names and shit.
Yeah, damn, dog. What if they want to sponsor?
Or adding them and shit.
This Adam or Daphne, baby boy.
So yeah, you just got to add the TV as a device. And then it'll know what you're talking about.
But
when
hey,
you say
okay,
TV.
here's the thing. Because I was using the Hulu on my phone through the Chromecast because for some reason my TV updated and took Hulu off. So it only has Netflix
Okay.
and other bullshit, but
Yeah.
it don't have Hulu.
You don't remember your Hulu credentials, huh?
No, I got a new Hulu, remember, because
Oh,
of
that's right.
99
Yeah,
cents.
that's right. That's right.
Oh, sorry. Are you paying for the other ones though?
Nah, I canceled at the same
Oh,
time.
look at
I've
you.
learned.
Hey.
I know.
Good
She
job.
learned today.
I learned it because
Yeah.
my friends taught me
Yeah. So
for $12 for a whole year Hulu.
I should have did that, by the way. But
Well, $11.88
yeah, that's not bad at all.
because it's 99 cents a month, not $1.
But yeah, set up for your TV. But you can still. So one of the things that I do when I'm super lazy, you have Netflix, so you could say, "Hey Google, put on episode 5 of season 3 of Orange Is the New Black," and it'll put that episode on the fucking screen.
Okay, so here's the thing, because you know how the Chromecast is like an HDMI port, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So it's just going to automatically just turn on smart TV.
So my Chromecast, when I send something to it, it turns the TV on automatically. So it should kick on the TV, but that's the Chromecast turning the TV on, not
The Google Home?
Not the Google Home. It's the Chromecast.
So who you talking to? Are you talking to the Chromecast? You talking to the Google Home?
So in my house, the way I have it set up, I also have a Harmony hub.
You know,
listeners, I'm sorry,
forget
y'all
it.
don't
I don't
give
even
a
wanna talk
shit.
about this. I don't
we'll
even
talk
give a
about
shit.
it after.
Okay, we'll talk about it because even I don't give a shit.
Yeah, sorry
My
about
house
that.
is small. I will just pick up the remote and I would
Yes.
turn on the TV. There's
will-
remotes everywhere.
I will say though, I did get in a beef with Google already. That bitch. So I was being nice.
Did you do the girl voice or the boy voice?
The girl, come on, God.
It would be a little
Come on.
weird.
How am I not supposed to be chauvinistic and have a man telling the man stuff? I want to tell a woman, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Anyways.
So you don't want to be like, hey, Mr. Google?
No, ew.
What up, nigga?
Nah, I'm cool on that. I want to say, yo, Google. Hey.
Hey, baby.
So I be talking to her. I say, hey, how you doing? Hey, well, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I said,
And she talks back?
yeah.
Huh.
Like, oh, hey, Google, how you doing? Hey, do you need anything? No, just checking in and saying what's up.
That's
I
lonely.
bet you don't check it like that with
I'm,
Jada's
I'm
with you.
lonely. Nah, definitely not. Like Google, I don't even know her like that.
Google be like, that's not what you
You
said
ever seen that
yesterday.
movie? You ever seen a movie about that? I actually saw that movie.
Was that her?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
called her.
I actually
I've
saw
been
that
meaning
movie.
to watch that movie. It just seemed
And
a
it's
little creepy.
creepy.
Yeah.
I can see how that could happen though.
You fall
I
in
can
love
see
with
it too.
your
You just
phone?
talk to your Google to ask how it's doing. I could totally see how that could happen.
Yeah.
And you're an actual social guy who has friends.
Allegedly.
And now imagine if you literally had no friends, no family.
Oh, and if the AI was intelligent enough to like learn and converse, oh man.
Yeah, I could see
Yeah.
it.
So I said goodnight to Google because you test it out to see what it does and how it responds. The thing said goodnight. I'm like, all right, that's dope. I go to my room. I faintly hear crickets. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So it gets louder. I'm like, what? There are no crickets around my way. I go downstairs, the goddamn thing. It's playing crickets to simulate nighttime shit. I say, hey, Google, turn it off. Turn it off.
She's like, oh my God, Bib.
I was so mad. I didn't tell you to play
Do
crickets.
you know what that would have done to me? In my home
The
by myself.
nervous breakdown you would
Do
have
you
had.
know?
Yeah. Just don't say goodnight to it.
I didn't say. I told you. I switched it off. And the thing is, you switch it off, but it's not off because the lights stay on.
Yeah.
It's
Because
just red.
Because you can still tell it, like you can still through your phone or whatever, have it play music and stuff.
It's the ghost inside the machine.
This is why I don't trust it.
Mm.
The
Who
government's
cares?
still listening.
They listening to our phone.
That's
don't
what I
care.
They
said.
listen,
Give
they
in.
find their way. So,
They listen to this podcast and shaking their head.
Yo, facts. Googling them.
so I read an article that so we have a bed that records your sleep patterns and tells you.
Your bed does this?
Y'all rich.
Yeah.
Yo, wait, hold on. Tell me more. I don't know about this.
So
kind of shit.
our bed, it's the adjustable beds
The
that go
sleep
up and
number?
down. Yeah, no, it's not a sleep number.
Oh.
It just can go up and down and all that other shit. But apparently, it comes with two sensors, one on each side, and it tells us how we slept.
Wow.
So it records your breathing patterns and shit
What?
like that. Yeah, and it gives you like a sleep score that says your temperature was too high or your breath wasn't whatever.
When did y'all get this? You didn't always have that.
No, we
I
got
know
it.
your bed, Darren.
I know that's right. Expound.
Google, expound this for me.
You should connect your Google Home when you get one to your bed. I'm sure you could.
It probably could. But the scary thing about this is I just read that because the beds record shit, it could tell when we fall asleep, it could tell what time we do all that shit. In the contract, there's a spot where you sign and it says it gives it the ability to listen. So
It knows when you are sleeping.
it knows when you're getting in and all that other shit.
Hey,
Right,
oh,
so-
I'll be performing for the bed. wait, baby, they listening. Wait, turn up. Baby, they listening. Wait,
You
just.
said turn up.
I'm saying though.
Hell yeah.
Y'all want to listen?
So they find their
I'll
way
give you a
to
show.
listen to whatever they want to listen to. It's,
Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of an exhibitionist. Is that the word? So if I had a bed that would listen, I would.
You would
put
show out?
Hell yeah.
Got to.
Yeah.
Got to.
You have to.
yeah, I show it every night. Watch how quick I'm gonna go to sleep. Bed. Watch,
Watch out.
watch how quick I'm gonna fall asleep. Be like, it took
That's
you.
fair.
Now, when'd you get it though? The bed.
I feel like just before, I think maybe about a year ago.
Worth the bread?
Just about the year. Yeah.
Really?
So we're both tall people and like big people, and our bed was just super uncomfortable. We weren't getting the support, so we'd wake up every day. Our backs were killing us. So we were like, we need to get a new bed, and we sprung for like the more supportive mattress that has the coils and all the garbage, and it lifts your legs and it does all this other dumb shit. And I'm like, yeah, great. I
Sounds
just
like a
need
fun
to,
night.
yeah, yeah. But boring Darren, I just want it to be flat because that's how I sleep. I sleep on my stomach.
Yeah, because it's hard to sleep on your stomach when your bed is.
Exactly.
I learned that when I had back surgery.
You sleep on your stomach? How you do that? I can't. I don't think I
it's
sleep
so
on my stomach.
comfortable.
What are you?
Like on my side,
Oh, you on your
like a
side?
baby,
What are you pregnant?
like a wee lass.
like a wee lad.
He doesn't know words. Dude, he just doesn't know words. It's
No,
not
I
his
meant
fault.
lass.
Oh, you meant last.
Lad.
No, I
You call me a
meant
little.
I know what I called you. I meant it.
You
He-
motherfucker. You motherfucker.
You wee lass. But she likes it to be, especially now she's pregnant. So our biggest problem, because we're in a first world country with first world problems, is it's more comfortable for her to be up with her back up, the legs up, and all this other shit, and I can't. So I wake up in the middle of the night, like, Mom, everything
Oh, it's not the
hurts."
sectioned one. She doesn't
No.
have her own.
Exactly. So then I go sit on the couch.
The
and
joys of
she-
being married.
Yeah.
Well,
See, if I got one of
return
those-
to bed.
If I got one of
Yeah,
those
but
bed,
it's
it'd
like-
have to
it's
be
like
the
another-
half bed.
Yeah, I mean it's much better that way.
Yeah.
But it's also more bread. Like
Yeah,
this
it
bed
was
was
worth it
expensive
because now
enough.
you're sleeping on the couch.
Ugh.
The couch is uncomfy though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Couch sleep's fire. I love couch sleep.
Like I now have the option of just sleeping on the bed and I still sleep on the couch
Why?
because it's
TV.
comfortable.
Y'all hear what
How big
Payless
is the
did?
TV again?
It's not that big.
Shut up. How big is it?
Like I mean, nowadays it's not that big.
Whip it out. How big is it?
What?
Put it on a table.
Expound on it.
It's only 55 inches.
Only.
You know what? You're right. Nowadays,
It's not that big of a deal.
I mean, I was hating on your shit, my G.
Everybody hates on my
fucking
TV. I'm like,
hating
it's
on
not
your
that big of a TV. It's a regular ass TV.
Nowadays, you need like 65, my G.
That's what I got.
I mean, my
Do you?
projector.
Oh, that's a big ass TV. And it's
Yeah.
just touchscreen. I'm hating.
Oh, is it? That's what's up. Like my projector for my phone projects 90 inches. I just don't use it.
Damn. Really? Oh, but you need distance. You really need to be able to.
I mean, you need 90 inches of wall, but you could do smaller if you want.
But you gotta be further back, no?
90 inches of wall is a lot.
Yeah, it's probably like this wall here.
Nah, this is not 90 inches.
Oh,
No,
I mean,
don't
I've
think so.
projected it onto my whole side bedroom wall,
That's fine.
and it's very clear. And I've also projected onto the ceiling when I want to just lay on my back and look up.
that too. I can
Sounds
dig
like
it.
a splendid.
But I don't use it. It's just in my car right now.
Darren,
Sir.
you're onto something.
What do you
You
say?
said it sounds like a splendid night.
Yeah.
You put the right movie.
Oh, yeah.
On the ceiling.
Oh shit, Jen.
Oh
She's
yeah.
way ahead of us.
Yo, I
Way ahead of us.
I am my
Like,
G.
yeah, you guys, that's old
That's
shit.
advanced level
That's
shit.
old shit.
Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah, please.
Y'all hear what Payless did?
You went to
Yo,
Payless?
God bless them. God bless.
What Payless do?
So they pulled a prank.
Oh, I love this.
I'll read it.
God.
So I won't read it because it's a lot of reading. But basically, Payless pulled a prank where they made a new storefront and they called it some expensive name of the restaurant of the shoe place, and they sold their Payless shoes for much higher, saying that it was by designer, and people walked in and they bought Payless shoes for $600.
And these are like the taste makers and
Yes.
the the bloggers and all that shit.
That's
that invited them to
hilarious.
come do it.
And
Yeah.
they asked them, and the people said, "Oh my God, they're so I love it." Wait, I gotta find.
That's funny.
Fucking
That's funny.
fucking hipsters and hype beasts and
That's funny.
that's what you get. But like, so maybe it's at the age I'm at the age where I don't care as much about stuff.
No.
Man, look, I'll go to Burns & Co. factory if it's comfortable and
Son.
it doesn't just break after a little bit. I don't care.
It's almost to that we're at the age where we almost take pride in that we find something that's inexpensive and comfortable.
Like, yo, $30.
Yo,
Hey.
$24, dude. 20. Haitians are excited. $24. 24. Go to that Payless over there.
All about it, but Jen don't care.
I care.
What's the cheapest pair of sneakers you got?
Don't tell her.
The
that.
cheapest
Don't
brand of sneakers?
Pair of sneakers.
Pair of sneakers? Oh, I bought plenty of cheap sneakers at work.
Oh, because you.
Cause I know when they're going on sale. The fuck? Fuck I look like. Back in the day, we used to have buy one, get one half off sales on sneakers. Boy, I
Oh, you don't do that
racked
no
up.
more, huh?
Nah, but right now, we're actually having a great sale, 10% off
Oh,
all
okay.
sale footwear.
Please, sorry.
So if it's already marked down, take an additional 10% off. I marked down a bunch of shit because that's my job.
So-
So I'm just saying.
But you guys gonna mark down? Sorry, real quick.
No,
the-
no.
What's the Nike ones that I like that are mad expensive?
Baby Max now.
Yeah. See, I don't.
But
Go ahead.
I won't say it on the mic.
Two idiots. Because, or we could just wait till later.
Okay, good. Because I gotta
Yeah.
like those two. All right.
Yeah.
So the name.
It's about like $35 off of those
Really?
when it's all said and done. Yeah.
Yep.
so
All right.
the
All the
name of the
colors except for black.
store that Payless made is called
Pay more.
Paylessi.
No way.
No, they
How they spell it?
Palessi.
Wow.
People are
Paylessi.
morons.
So they said it's such high quality, high fashion, taking your shoe game up to the next level, said one man wearing spiked necklaces, holding a knee-high boot. It
Hipster.
really looks very well made. Another
I
person.
hate people.
It's just stunning, elegant, sophisticated, and versatile.
But I heard recently that Payless shoes, a lot of them are like Steve Madden shoes and whatnot that just don't have the names on. Like the same brands
I
make
wouldn't be
these shoes.
surprised.
And they just make a
Some of them
Payless
sold
version.
for 200, 400, 600. They were taken down
$600.
towards the back room where the prank was revealed, and they,
And they
people-
stabbed him.
Did they give them their money back?
You got to be kidding me, said a woman who had gushed about the pair of floral stiletto heels, her eyes wide as she stared down at the overpriced shoes in her hand. The team said those who bought the shoes were allowed to keep them for free. Look
Boo.
at that. Yeah, boo.
They
Teach
should've
them a
kept the
lesson,
money,
right?
man.
Or donated to something else.
Yeah.
Uh,
You dropped $600 on something. Clearly, you liked it enough to spend $600. That's
yeah.
the point.
So I guess they did that to show a point that, you know, we have the idea that, oh, because it costs so much and it has to be this high price and elegant
Like,
and
the shoes
fancy
are still
thing.
nice.
Yeah,
and they're
there's
still
yeah,
comfortable.
there's still
I
yeah,
like that.
exactly.
I like that. I like how they did that.
I
That's
should
really
have bought stock and pay less.
But you know, I can remember being young, and if I'm doing school shopping, and my mom would go to Payless, and I'd be like, "Fuck, like, no, please, no." Now, I don't know, I'm pretty sure I had to buy a pair of basketball sneakers
for what?
for us playing basketball.
Who?
Recently?
Yeah, I was. You remember when I was playing ball like a year or two ago?
Yeah.
You play basketball?
Yeah. It was,
I'm
it
just gonna
was
leave it
wild.
alone. I'm
No,
not
no,
even-
no.
I'm
Yeah,
not even gonna go
it was for recreation
I'm not
to
gonna
keep
go
active. You know,
I'm not gonna say nothing. Go
you
ahead.
can go there and say
I'm
something.
not saying shit.
So anyways, so I remember taking Lexi to this, and I was like, I need a pair of basketball sneakers. I just got to be comfortable, and they got to support my ankles because I twist my ankles all the time. So I went to Payless.
Do they come with a helmet
I went to Payless.
to protect your forehead?
I went to Payless. Jen, let me expound on this, please.
I held it in as far as I could. Go.
Good
Pause.
job. So I went to Payless, and you know, I was looking for shoes, and I found just a pair I needed, and they were like $29.99, and I put them on. They were comfortable. I could tie them up, and I was like, bang. And Alexis was like, "Oh my God, Daddy, I can't even be seen with you." It was like,
How'd they do on the court, though?
they did great.
Did they?
They got the job done. They were nice and supportive.
I mean,
Because I know when I was younger.
what league do you think Darren's playing?
I was out there with killers.
He's out there with people wearing Velcro strap sneakers.
He ain't in no geriatric league. Hey, Darren,
Ask him.
No.
ask him.
Ask
Darren,
him.
were you
I was
in the
playing
gym?
with young men. Pause.
How young?
Oh,
Like my age, like I was younger, like 30. Actually, matter of fact, one of the teams was like 23, 24-year-olds. And it was
Jeez.
like, yeah,
Did you win against them?
won. A couple times we won. So with our team, we were a bit more experienced, and they
that's
were
a
younger.
good word.
So they would, thank you. So they would beat us like in pure like energy. They would be able to get to the court, other side of the court a lot faster, but they also were sloppy with some things. I'm not
Well,
gonna
you
lie.
guys were patient. You just wait for the rebound.
Well, so for me, like it was like, I gotta run, and then once I get there, like I'd be able to, block or whatever, steal the ball from them and kick it out to the next person. So again, like they would beat us down there, but they just weren't experienced enough to. They only had like two really good shooters. You know, they got the big guy that's supposed to be under the court getting rebounds.
But he's trying to
shoot
shoot
threes.
threes,
Yeah. So
Oh,
you
so
know,
they
I know
were-
my
they
place.
were
I'm
stupid.
big. I go under the basket. I jump. Get the ball. I go what? I go whoosh.
You do that during the game?
I go whoosh. Yes.
I'm so proud of you.
It was actually it was right when Carter was born, just before when I was
Wow.
I'm
playing.
very proud of you.
Yeah, I invited you a couple times.
Nope, not
I
doing it.
did too.
I'm not. No, I'm saying I'm not gonna do
Oh
it.
yeah.
I'd
proud
tear
of
my
you.
ACL and then go to work the next day.
Yo,
Overcoming your,
I
your
need to get back
injury,
to it. Yeah, come on.
your
Jen.
PTSD,
Come on, Jen.
and
It's
still
only
getting
you
under the
who-
basket.
Speaking of old, being there reminded me of another thing from my youth that I hated, and I'm sure you went to the YMCA when you were younger.
He's about to talk about scatter.
Oh, I love scatter. But
Oh,
that's
yeah.
not what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
what's that?
It was the worst part of it was going to the locker room to change, and the old guys just they all naked and stuff. And
Still happens at the gym.
Why?
Yo, man.
I tell myself like, don't be that guy when you're like 75. Well, first of all, don't be that guy at the YMCA.
No.
Being 75 and everything, but they just like
Do women? It's different with women, huh? I know you don't go to like.
I was gonna
gyms
say
and
you're
stuff.
asking me. I don't know.
Because I know women, like, at least most of the ones that I know, they don't
Be
care about
naked,
being
yeah.
topless around each
yeah,
other.
it's fine.
I ain't trying to see.
No, I don't want to see all
Yeah.
that.
So then it's usually in the gym, the super old guys that get out the shower,
Yeah.
just whip their towel off,
Yeah,
dry in their
boom.
hair. I'm like,
Balls just all chilling.
ass, just come on,
Right.
fam. Just keep the towel on.
And
it.
then they clench their toes and you watch their butt.
That's nasty. That's nasty. Don't even put it. No, that's nasty. Don't do that. Yeah, how we get on that?
I don't know. We're talking about things from my youth.
Oh, so
But
the shoes.
scatter.
Oh yeah, scatter. I don't
Scatter
care
was
about
great.
scatter.
All right.
No, he was from the YMCA, and you thought he was gonna mention Scatter.
But
Oh,
scatter
yeah.
was great.
What were you gonna say about the YMCA?
Just
Oh, being naked.
Being naked, that was the worst part. I remember hating going to the YMCA for that one reason because I knew.
But it's the Young Men's Christian Association, so you're supposed to.
Young man.
No shit. I said young man.
Don't do this.
I can't remember the name of the words, the rest of the words.
You can stay there.
It's fun to be naked.
Well played. Well played. That's good. That's good stuff. Can we do karaoke before the year ends?
We need to.
What's a good day? Saturday?
Can't do it this.
Not
Can't
this
do
week.
it this weekend.
Not this
Yeah,
week.
this weekend's shit for
But
me.
like, what day of the week favors
So
you?
it'll probably be like I'll probably say a Friday night
Friday night.
or a Saturday night. I'll say a Friday night or
My
Friday.
dumbass was gonna say Thursday. Oh, you want to say Thursday? I was like,
Thursday. No.
I'm like, Asia Grill does Thursday. That's where we went.
I know. I kind of missed the wings.
Can we do the 21st? I'm free on the 21st.
Let's see.
Let's look at the calendar.
Teaser
Ladies
Friday.
and gentlemen out there in the world, also look at your calendar. See if you're free on the 21st. While we have this brief pause of talking. Dun, 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 dun. I don't have nothing on the 21st.
That's Friday. Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna throw it in the chat. So this is how I feel about karaoke and whatnot.
See.
I like group gatherings, but I hate the
Planning of it.
yeah, and then waiting on how many people. Fuck all that. Let's just go.
Yeah.
We'll go to the common room, or if
Yeah.
there's a different karaoke spot that we can check out.
Yeah, let's try some. There's a karaoke place close to here. I saw.
Ooh.
I forgot where it
they'll
was.
love seeing our faces.
Wouldn't that be fun? I love invading places. So
Yeah, so we can research and find the
Yeah.
location. But yeah,
Well,
21st.
Yeah, put it on your calendar if you want to join us. It'll be a Friday night.
Ooh,
Get a babysitter.
I can't. I'm like ready to sing.
You ready to?
I'm gonna sing ratchet Christmas music. So
Fuck,
If
man.
they're not gonna have it on there.
well, I'm gonna fucking sing it.
God
I'm
damn
a-
it. I
Excuse
want to
me,
dive
Do
into
you
my
guys
shit.
have Yellow Man? Do you any Yellow Man?
That's what that's
Oh,
what I'm
that's
saying.
the thing.
We wish you a reggae Christmas.
Do you have your passport?
Sorry.
Do
Stop.
you have your shots?
Stop it.
Do you wanna
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
back with Rob to America?
Stop it.
To America.
Stop it.
America.
Stop it.
America.
Stop.
Jen, do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Tell me, do you want to fly back with Rob
to America. Stop it. Okay, we're gonna since you brought him up, we're gonna talk about it. So y'all know about the documentary.
That nigga's crazy.
Yo, man.
He's crazy as
Wait,
fuck.
I just want to know, like, if you're in the band with him.
Wait, come on. If for anyone who doesn't know who we're talking
yes,
about, we're talking
yes.
about R. Kelly.
Robert
Kelly.
Robert Kelly.
Who sang in Ethiopia on stage
say this.
a song asking,
Do you have your passport?
Can I play it?
Did you get your shots?
What? Knock yourself out.
plug the wire in, 'cause, you know.
That'll work?
So Darren, say what you was gonna say while he's
Darren's
plugging
too
in.
big. Pause.
Aw.
Oh, that part. I was gonna put in the wrong hole.
So, my thing is, right, you part of the band, right?
Right.
Kelly comes to you and he's like, hey, guys, I got a new song. Follow my lead.
And he just starts singing.
All right, cool. You're the drummer or the bass person. Do you have your passport? Did you get your shot?
What is this nigga saying?
Did he say get your shot?
What did he?
To America.
To where? That's not
And
even
then-
from
and
on
he-
the
then he-
plane.
And he turns back to you guys. Follow me. Do you have your passport? Now the singers are like,
Do you have your passport?
do you get your shot?
I got it right here. Here we go.
Do you have your passport?
For the listeners, you guys can't hear it, right?
I hear.
Oh, okay.
Girl, would you like to come back with
And all I was
Rob
telling you.
to America?
Oh, hold on. The melody. You gotta let the melody.
Yeah, I didn't go past the melody the first few times.
Oh, the flute.
Do you have your
Right?
passport?
Follow me. Stick with me.
Did you get your shot?
Come on.
Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America?
I know it's supposed to mute R.
Sing
Kelly,
this.
but this is for comical purposes.
Singers, go ahead.
Can we all join in?
I'm not joining in this shit.
Do you have your passport? Do you have your shot? Do you have with Rob to America?
Right? Okay, see. so I'm like,
Wait, no, it's too low. You can't talk.
Yo, God bless.
I'm not sure if I want to say that. Matter of fact, I am sure I don't want to say the rest of that.
So
That's what we're talking about, people.
On stage.
on stage,
In Ethiopia.
yeah.
But he meant business.
I wonder if anyone said yes.
You don't think in a crowd,
Like
a bunch
some-
of women were
somebody-
waving their passports?
Somebody's checking off like shots.
That's,
Yes. Passport.
yeah.
Do I want to go back to America?
With Rob.
With Rob though. I don't have internet, so I haven't read what he's done. So I will go. I will go to America
With Rob.
with Rob, and when I get there, I will be prosperous. And you get there, he has you in a fucking dungeon.
Yeah.
He's fucking, that guy's nuts.
He's crazy.
Okay, and I know we talk about this all the time, how much we enjoy Robert Kelly's music and all this. But can we really talk about Robert Kelly for a second? Like, not the music.
Yeah, just the guy.
Okay, all right. So, back in the early 2000s, for any of you young people listening, Robert Kelly was on trial for.
Oh, what's up, Darren? What's that?
Oh, right? I don't know the question I asked you guys. On the
Oh, I gotta look at it.
Robert Kelly was on trial for doing nasty things to a young lady who was underage.
Yep.
And there was a video.
Yes.
Now this was, even though the internet started late 80s, early 90s, the early 2000s when the internet really started.
Oh, it's flourishing.
It was great.
Yeah.
YouTube was a new thing.
Oh.
And there was no boundaries.
No.
People could just do what they wanted on the internet. We had this thing
grand.
called LimeWire and Napster, and we'd just download music and just be free and illegal and just live our lives.
Porn. Yeah.
And I used it for music, but porn works.
Yeah, you know.
And so this video was out for Robert Kelly doing nasty things to his girl because he recorded himself.
Yes.
He had a camcorder.
That he made sure it was in the correct position.
You had to position it correctly.
He
Correct. Right.
His hair wasn't braided.
And he had this young underage girl in his basement.
yes.
And they did terrible things. And anyone who's in the mid-30s, you probably sat in a group with your friends and watched it like it was a Disney movie. I don't know why we all did this.
But that's what we did.
But everybody did. I was in URI. We were in my dorm in Burnside, and somebody pulled it up on the laptop. We watched it as a group. I don't know where you guys were.
I don't know.
I was in my home.
Oh, you were like raising a family.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
You're right. though, You're right.
You're sitting there like, this is not okay.
It's not, yeah.
I am a new father of a
Yeah.
baby girl. This is not
Nope,
okay.
Nope.
And we all watched it and we said, that's R. Kelly. You see his face. I mean, I know back then video quality wasn't as good as it is now. It was a little grainy, but it was,
It was him.
We
It
all
was
knew.
him.
We all knew it was Rob.
the girl was doing that terrible gyration.
That was bad.
It was so
yeah, that was
uncomfortable.
cringeworthy.
It was
Yeah.
very, to this day, I'm
And
cringing
she
now.
looked young.
She looked like a
young.
baby.
Yeah, she had young. Oh, yeah.
Ugh, God.
That's disturbing.
God.
Yeah.
I feel like Michael Scott. God, no, God. and yet,
Great Michael Scott reference.
thank you.
Yeah, love
And
those.
yet, the trial happened. Somehow he got off. And it was this whole, maybe it was his brother. And we were just like, okay.
Yeah, we swept that under.
Can
the
we
rug.
bought like 6 more albums? And
Yeah.
just, very irresponsible as a collective cultural group. Because the songs were good.
Very good.
But now, it's 2018. Even Bill Cosby's in jail.
We're in a new time.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yo, that's crazy. To think
Mr.
about.
Pudding Pop is 80-something years old. He's in jail.
That is wow. Yeah.
R. Kelly's still out in these streets in Ethiopia on stage talking about, did you get your shots? Would you like to come back to America
With Rob.
with Rob?
The melody though. The melody.
Because
I'm just saying. All right.
he has lived the type of life that only he came up out of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga can't read.
Can't read.
He's sick.
Yeah.
What's he sick of?
There's something wrong with him.
What do you mean he's sick of?
Oh,
Like,
I
he's
thought-
fucking crazy.
Oh, okay.
Like,
And I
he's
think
gross.
I thought you
he opened
meant,
up
like-
about his youth and getting touched by adults.
Yeah,
and
like
all
there's
that shit.
a lot
Yeah.
of shit
There's a
happening.
lot going on.
And he somehow still managed to be successful and be rich and stay out of jail, which is a marvel.
So what do you? Okay, so we know the videotape. How for whatever reason, he didn't go to prison. Okay,
By the way, that shit got scrubbed from the internet quick. That was the first
Yeah.
thing to get scrubbed from the internet.
absolutely. So now we have the allegations of him having like a sex cult or whatever and locking chicks up and
Yep.
Yep.
and whatnot. So why isn't it? Is it because they're not underage? Is it because like people are saying the parents are saying
But I
they
think
do
they
it
still
on
are
their own will?
underage. Some of them.
Really? So if that's proven, how come they ain't come scoop this guy?
That's what I'm saying.
'Cause I
How
didn't-
Yeah, I
how
don't-
has he?
I don't know enough to
How
tell you.
has he? And so here's the thing. So I was talking. It's my good friend who I talk to all the time. I always mention on the podcast. Hey, what up, Bill? And he was telling me how he's listening to Breakfast Club. And Angela Yee said apparently there's a documentary, which is what I posted on on the page,
Yep.
on Lifetime, which I stopped him there. I said Lifetime. The tagline is literally the channel for women.
Yeah.
So if Lifetime's doing a documentary on R.
This
Kelly,
guy.
They're about
that's
to go in.
going
What?
to be
They're gonna
The
go
angle.
the angle is you're going
Yeah.
to jail, motherfucker. That's the
You are going to jail.
you are
in. Yeah,
going.
they're galvanizing the troops with this one.
So they have at least 50 women.
Ben, wait.
Did I say it right?
You did, but I mean, who am I? I'm going to challenge you. But galvanizing the troops,
That just sounds like a war cry.
right?
That's what's going on. Lifetime, my G? It's going
Lifetime.
down.
Not like BT,
Yeah, no.
TV One,
No.
Unsung.
It's going down. They're getting all the housewives. Yeah. Yeah.
Lifetime is too feminine even for me. I don't watch Lifetime. Like that's a very only time I watched Lifetime. I think when was Project Runway on Lifetime before. I think I used to watch that. Oh, you don't, you don't fucking-
Both of us.
you don't even know what Project Runway is. That's a good show. Shout out to Tim Gunn. Shout out to Heidi Klum.
I was gonna say is that
I'd
the
be-
one
ev-
Tyra Banks was on.
No, she was America's Next Top Model.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress, like usual. So this documentary will begin airing January 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It's 6 parts, 1 hour each part. So 2
6 parts?
Yeah, so it's 2 hours each day. So
Jesus
it's
Christ.
6 parts. 50 people on top of his family members are also going to be talking in this documentary about him and what the fuck is wrong with him.
Hold on. So it's not like some like it's not like a movie or they have actors. This is just straight up. This is Robert Kelly. He's a nasty fuck.
This
Here
is
are
what he
all
did
the
to me.
reasons why in 6 hours worth of content.
This is what he did. 6 hours of edited content, which means it's probably 30 hours.
Yo.
And we've chopped and screwed this bitch up.
Wow.
So I'm nervous.
Tell me why.
Well, I mean, best case scenario for him, he just goes on trial again.
Okay.
Because there's going to be charges.
Yeah.
Somehow. If he beats charges again, I don't know. I don't
Teflon. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. So best case scenarios, he goes back to trial and he probably ends up in jail.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, he hurts himself or somebody else hurts him.
Yeah, because I was gonna say he's probably gonna kill himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he ends up.
Because apparently, so they did the screening in New York, which is what Angela Yee was talking about. And 30 minutes into it, somebody called in a threat.
Yeah.
And said, if you keep showing it, somebody's going to get up and start shooting.
Oh.
And so they had to evacuate the theater for safety.
Yeah. So. Okay. So. People aren't dumb, right? People know what's going on. Not counting that lovely melody that we heard from Ethiopia, but
To America. Also, that shit's so catchy. It gets stuck in your
See?
head.
It really is.
Play something else, please. I can't get it out of my
damn
head.
you, Robert. So
play
he's done
Ratchet
it again.
music again.
So, in the U.S.,
Mm-hmm.
wipe my tongue. That happened here. So people know what's going on, and they're still wiping his tongue at a concert. So, like, is there a, like, why is it?
Why is it okay when he does it?
Yeah, like, what is it? Now I'm gonna because
Because what?
his concert is a lot of black women,
I went to a concert of his. I'm not
a
gonna
lot
lie.
of black women.
Yeah.
So what is it? Like, why do black women forgive him? Do you
I
think?
don't know. It's so odd. I think because, for me personally, right, not talking about R. Kelly because I don't want to associate myself with that.
You have
I
your
don't-
passport though.
I don't. I do have a passport.
Okay. You got your shots?
I haven't had shots since I was 6 when I went to Africa.
Okay. But you want to go back to
Actually, I have gotten shots. I mean, I got a pneummonia vaccine a couple years ago.
So you checked off both boxes.
Mm-hmm.
You
But I'm
down
already
there?
in America.
Oh, you're right. All right, my bad. Go ahead.
Forgot what the fuck I was
Why
going
does anybody listen to? Guys, can you just
Um,
shoot us a message and tell us why you listen to us?
That's a great question.
I want to know.
black women. And you went to the concert.
Okay, I went to an R. Kelly concert. Actually, the R. Kelly concert I went to was in Foxwoods, and there was somebody there with a baby. Because we were pissed off. We were like, you couldn't find a babysitter, and you still had to come to the concert, so you brought your fucking baby.
That's dedication.
I actually heard that initially it was one show and it sold out, so they ended up doing a second
The
one.
one at Foxwoods?
Yeah.
I believe that. I
Yeah.
think that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't empty.
Yeah.
It was a few years ago, but
Yeah.
it was packed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for me personally, like we were talking about the whole last week, you a sexy black motherfucker. It feels different depending on who's delivering the line and how it's being delivered.
Come on now.
So R. Kelly, even though he's a disgusting human being, when he sings his songs, it's a bop, right? And you're like, like even the "Do you have your shots?" Like that's a ridiculous thing.
That was the only thing I heard, and I was like, "Do you have your shots?"
But then you're like, but then he goes up in an octave.
Right? What situation? And you know, I'm a big believer in like men can't be sexy the way women can be sexy.
That's cool. I'm good with it.
So I feel like a woman could walk up to you and lean on your shoulder and whisper some sexy shit in your ear.
She's not good at that. Hi, baby.
Anyways, we're not gonna put her out there like that. But a woman could do that, and she could say the simplest thing, and it could sound like, "Ooh, us guys don't have that."
Yeah, we do. You just have an accent.
And that's exactly what I'm saying.
Some guys could do it.
Some guys have that.
Do you
R.
have
Kelly, for some reason, has that.
Yeah.
Magnetism.
I mean, in the sexiest way possible.
Nigga, he said, "Do you have your shots?"
Yeah.
In a sexy way. How?
And it worked, right? And everybody's
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say that to a dog
I wouldn't
that just
say
bit
that.
me.
I would
Because it's like,
Thank
okay,
you.
you might have rabies. Do you have your shots?
shots?
I wouldn't even say that to a fucking puppy.
Yo,
He's on stage and people are screaming.
screaming, right?
He eased into it though. He's like, "Do you have your passport?" Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, bitch.
Do you have a shot? I mean,
Where
that's
we
kind of
going?
weird, but fuck, I guess, yeah. He's the Pied Piper for real. He knows how to get you and have you follow.
What does Pied Piper even mean?
From the story.
You know the story.
From Robin Hood?
No, the- like
Pied
the,
Piper, the
the-
guy who plays the
with the
flute,
And all the
to
kids
all the rat-
follow them.
Not
Oh, the
kids,
rats. Sorry.
God damn it, Bib. God damn it.
You said it right the first time. Because that's what I always envisioned. Like I'm like, that doesn't seem like a good nickname for somebody who has these things connected to him.
Yeah, the Pied Piper R&B, but like that's with the melody, with the content, with the voice.
Actually, I think it might be kids. In the original story,
Yeah.
he leads rats out,
Yeah.
and then they don't pay him or something, so he leads
takes
the
all the
kids
kids.
out.
Plot thickens.
But still, I almost want to pay somebody like, hey, you see that girl over there? Go ask her if she has her shots.
Darren.
And see what happens.
But you gotta lead in. You can't just say it. You gotta set it up.
If you can get her number and in the gist of the conversation, ask her if she has her shots, I will give you $20.
Darren, you haven't been out enough. You
No.
really don't think a guy could pull that off?
No.
Jen, come on. The right guy.
Jen,
you know a guy could pull that off.
The same, not the same. A guy walks up to you, hey, hey, do you have your shots?
No, but see, that
I
Darren,
know,
you would
okay,
fail.
listen.
I got you.
I
Hold
know
on.
that
I
would
got
fail.
you.
Okay,
Hold
go
on.
ahead. Go ahead, Bim. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Ladies,
Go ahead, Bim. Go
hold
ahead,
on
Bim.
tight. It's about to get bumpy.
So you spent your game.
Yeah.
Now you already know she's not gonna walk away. She stayed and she's having a conversation.
Yes.
Right. So okay, you test it, right? You
Right,
see-
like he had to do that at the end of the concert. That couldn't have been the beginning.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So you get all right. She's interested. You know, it's the end of the club night, whatever. You throw a little bait out there. That's the passport. Throw a little bait out there. I'm saying, so what you doing after? I don't know what you doing. Shit. I hope we got your shots. I might have to bite all up on you. See? Now if she's feeling it, she'll let that shit slide. She don't care.
Yeah.
See?
A girl told
Women,
me that-
see?
do better.
because he just slipped that in.
I'm nice.
He
Nice. It's the coming of Christ.
Because, I mean, I
I've
have to be honest.
returned.
He did not, like you said, lead in with that.
Right.
And he did not make it the focal point of the conversation.
Uh-huh.
It's
He
in the
kinda
middle
sloop.
somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like, do you have your shots? Because I want to bite on you. And you're like, ooh, a nibble.
And he's like, do you have his shots? Because I want you to come to America with Rob.
Women do better. Any woman that falls for that, I'm judging you
I'll tell you, Darren,
inside and out.
If you was in the club and the conversations that went, like Jen said, knock knees and all that shit, men say some wild shit, but there has to be some kind of success rate. If a dude was batting 0,
He wouldn't keep doing
he
it.
would stop doing it at some point.
He's got to at least get one successful.
If it worked once, he'll keep trying it again.
All right.
Yeah.
What do I know? I'm not a woman in the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not a man looking for a woman, so it's
No,
all right.
yeah. So
You
It's,
have
it's
your perfect
nasty
woman.
out there.
say
It's
that,
nasty.
let's say that to my wife next time we're on some loving.
You know who has the shots? Michael.
Michael. Oh,
91st. He got his baby back.
so ladies and gentlemen, if you watch before the 90 days, the spinoff of 90 Day Fiance with
Did
Michael.
we find out how he did that?
We don't know yet.
He's
Michael,
Nigerian.
Michael
What
the
you mean?
Nigerian.
Yo,
is-
man.
the-
Michael,
the-
I don't have no money in my account. They took. I have 2 Did you go to the bank? I was like, but she just. All right. This is not my. It's not my world.
I need to watch that episode.
Yeah.
I'm so behind. But yeah, Nigerian Michael and his
His white queen.
his country queen,
Word.
She doesn't want to try
country
it
bay
because
queen.
she
They're
is
back
fat.
together. I seen it on my Instagram feed.
Yeah, you guys love love, right?
I love love.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I
Darren,
love
you're
love.
not saying no. You don't love
I
love?
do love love. Actually, I have a question about love.
Be happy for
No,
Michael,
keep
man.
your love questions. We're talking about real
We
shit.
haven't talked about love in a while.
We out here talking life.
I'm happy for Michael. You saw the
Me
picture;
too.
they look so cute.
Yeah, they look so.
they look mad
They
cute.
look so happy.
Because like, oh no, not Marcus Dunn. Their skin tones go so well together. It's like milk and
Big
cookies.
compliment. Like an Oreo. Like an Oreo Hershey bar.
Right.
It worked. I'm just happy for Michael. I just want to say that on the mic.
Your Nigerian brother made
Yeah,
it.
man, he prospering.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like all the brothers that be at what do you call it, Art Bar, trying to find their ticket, their golden ticket to stay in the U.S.
And all the reggae clubs, they do it there too.
Well, yeah, for sure. Michael's out there for y'all. He's representing. You know what I'm saying? He's the mascot.
So
It's important that he succeeds.
I just had a mental picture of them at home in her home in Georgia, and he's sitting there yelling out, "Okay, Google."
Michael, that's not how you say it.
Okay, Google.
Baby, that's not how you say it.
Okay, Google.
Michael, don't yell at it.
But it is not working, baby.
Michael, just wait a minute. Watch. Okay, Google.
How can I help you?
Why is Darren the woman?
Why am I the man? I don't know. It just worked better that way.
It did.
Sorry, Darren. Love, are you gonna say something?
I was gonna ask.
I don't want to.
No,
kinda
ask it.
childish.
I don't
No,
wanna
let's
hear
do
it.
it. Let's do it.
We haven't talked
All right,
about
we
love
haven't
in
let
some time.
Darren do his thing in a while. Go ahead,
Wow.
Darren.
Yeah, it's been
Okay,
love.
so there are those people, and I'm
I'm gonna sit back.
you gonna relax and cross your legs, your knock knees.
I'm like, wow.
Wow.
You already see me struggling. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
In the midst of the struggle.
So, are you one of those people that believe there is a difference between loving and being in love?
What?
Are you one of those people that believe that there's a difference between loving somebody, I love you, and being in love with them?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I think it's a bitch ass thing to say to somebody who you've been in a relationship with.
Okay,
Tell me why.
explain. Expound.
I don't know. It just says nigga damn.
So
I don't want to answer your stupid question.
It's in the manner, and I know what you mean though, because guys will use that as an out, not as an
Right.
out, but
Yeah, no,
on their
as an
way
out.
out.
As an
That's
out.
part of what the phrase is, right?
Right.
Like when you press the button.
I'm in love with you. No, I love you, but I'm not in love with you.
Yeah, which is a cop out.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a cop out
so,
bitch ass thing to say.
But as a like, I can meet someone, a colleague or something, and really get to know them and love them as a
not in love.
person.
Yeah.
I'm not in love with you.
Like, I love you,
I fuck
niggas.
with you. Yeah, I super fuck with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's when you use it to dead a relationship.
That's when it's just
That's hoe. You being a hoe.
yeah.
That's some hoe shit. Is that what you meant? Like in that context?
Any context, really.
But I believe there's definitely a difference between love and somebody being in love. I love many people, but I'm not in
You're not
love
in
with most of them.
So can you guys tell me what in love means?
Don't indulge. Don't
Okay, all
don't
right,
don't you
okay.
dig.
Okay, so like, in my mind, so like, to gush a little bit for the moment. I know it's corny and everything.
Aw, do it for the
But-
people in love. Do it, Darren.
So, I like your scarf,
Oh, I was
garçon.
gonna ask if it was new.
Garçon.
No, I've had it for some time.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah,
It goes
thank
well
you.
with your shirt and
It
hat.
does.
Thanks.
Anyway, go ahead.
So me and
I
my
like your
wife.
tie too, Darren.
Thank you, Jen.
That's a nice.
So me and Jen, me and my wife are talking, and every so often we'll stop and she'll say something like, I'm so in love with you, and I'll say I'm so in love with you too, and we'll get into that topic, and we just obviously talk about the difference between like I love you, but like the in love part of us is just so much deeper and expands on it. And then we go back and we say there's some people who really don't see the difference between loving somebody and being in love with them. Like they're in a relationship, they're like, yeah, I love you, like why I gotta say I'm in love with you, like it's the same thing.
It's not.
I agree, it's not the same thing, but I want to find that person that feels that it is the same and just find out what the expectation is.
Pretend I'm that person.
No.
What does in love mean? To you.
It feels like the Lauryn Hill album. L O.
So being in love to me, I feel like you can only be truly in love with one person at a time.
Oh, that's different.
At a time.
At a time.
Caveat.
At a time.
That is different.
Even in Nigeria?
So
I'm just asking for a friend. Go ahead. Michael.
Is your friend Michael? Shout out to Michael. But like for me, and that's the way I define it, is like it's obviously deeper than loving that person. It's like, you know, finding your better half in this world and being on a different commitment level with this person and being on a different level altogether. Like it's just, you know how like you wake up and your first thought is, I gotta brush my teeth or wipe my ass or whatever it is.
Yeah, eat some popcorn.
Yeah, whatever.
Do you have popcorn for breakfast sometimes?
I mean,
Don't
maybe
judge,
on a Saturday.
Don't
I
judge
don't
me. And a Monday. But so for me, it's just like she is my thought throughout the day. Like I could be thinking of shit I gotta do, but she just becomes that constant, almost that denominator to everything. Like we gotta do this. I gotta do this for her, or I gotta make sure this is okay for her, or whatever like that. She just becomes like literally becomes my heir. That's the way
That's mad.
Deep.
That's just deep. I wasn't
That's
even ready.
beautiful.
Thank you.
I almost fell off my chair.
God damn it.
Sure, I wouldn't even-
See, that's the type of shit we talk about. You say some shit like that in the woman's ear, that's sexy like a woman.
Yeah,
Darren,
but
after you say that, you can ask about shots. I promise.
Yeah.
I
Say some shit like, you are
promise.
my heir. You are my common denominator. Do you have your shot?
do you have your shots?
So I can dig it. All right, Jen, in love, what does that mean to you? I'm asking because
I know, but I just keep hearing the album. It's just funny to me.
Yeah,
Come on.
the classroom.
Yeah. And the teacher.
Yeah. Doom,
What y'all young
doom,
people know
doom,
about that?
doom, 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 doom,
That's
I
a
heard
good
that
album.
album in a minute,
doom,
man.
doom, doom.
Because for me, right, and I said this to the lady the other day, I know my feelings way better now than I did before. I felt like Dexter. Like I was like I asked her yesterday, right? Because people will buy gifts for folks. Oh, I was just out and I saw this and I thought about you, so I grabbed it. And me, I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah.
So I have to ask and really try to understand what the motive is behind that kind of gesture. Not for like a friend, like not you doing it, but a coworker doing it. I don't fuck with you like that.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I mean? But why would you grab something for? So I struggle to understand certain things that I guess normal people feel and do. So the love thing, as I'm growing and learning, I know how I feel, but I want to see if that's kind of, granted people feel different, like, but if that's on par,
Same
Yeah.
wavelength as other people. That
yeah,
I know.
as others. So that's why my inquiries point me to you, dear.
To me,
Yes.
I'm a softie.
Uh-huh.
I'm easily drawn into love. I'm not afraid of love. I'm just never really in that situation.
Have you been in love before?
Yeah, I've been in love plenty of times.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know the difference?
Because like you said, you just think about the person constantly for no reason, and you're like, and you have conversations with people and everything, and the conversation is like, oh yeah, and I was with this person, and they're like, but why do you keep mentioning that person? Or like, you start imagining doing things with them, things that you normally would think about doing by yourself
Yeah.
or with other. You know what I'm saying? Like you just interject them into all
They become
facets of your life.
your norm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't see them or talk to them, things just don't feel right.
So there's like a void.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's making sense. So nothing stays at a certain level forever, right? So that has to dissipate at some point.
It doesn't have to.
Because it can't be sustained at the same level.
It might have ebbs and flows, but
Right.
but
Okay.
it can still be sustained.
It's gonna be
Gotcha.
generally here, but you know, it's gonna be
Yeah, it'll be an average.
it'll be up. You know, like when you guys get married,
Yeah.
it's gonna obviously spike.
Right.
When you guys have a kid, it's gonna spike. When you guys go on trips and all that other garbage, like it spikes. And there's low times where you're just like in a rut.
Yeah.
Where I wouldn't even say it dips. It's just, it's not the. So we get into this thing all the time. She's like, you know, you didn't tell me you love me, and it's like, but you know I love you. Like, you know I'm in love with you. And then it's like, I have to step back and say like, you deserve. I guess you deserve to hear that from me. You know, like that's what you've come to expect from me. And because I'm in love with you and the way I think about you, why should you not know that you're on my mind in this aspect? So then it's like, stop being stubborn, like get out of yourself, and like show that woman some love.
How do you like to be reciprocated in that manner? How do you like to receive love?
Sloppy
Pause.
What?
What you just say?
Jen.
You just say sloppy?
Yeah, she did. Sloppy head.
I didn't say nothing.
All right.
Oh, you're right. My bad.
And that, you know, so I'm gonna go a little further.
The
you're talking about-
grundle?
No, Jen.
Now that's love right there.
A little tickle. Then you curl your toes.
I thought that in my asshole.
It all comes together.
But it's voluntarily.
I
If it
cannot.
involuntarily happens, then it is not connected.
Oh.
Sorry, Jen.
Y'all know I got asthma.
So there's the language of love, and I feel like that's where you're kind of venturing on. So there's supposedly
I
5.
did like 3 of those stupid
Oh my
quizzes.
god, me too. And I hated every minute of it.
Yeah.
But it's like it's true
Yeah.
to a point. So apparently, you know, we all have our language of love, like how we like to be loved, and you know,
Okay.
whether we like gifts or words of affirmation or accents.
He remembers all this
actions.
shit.
Yeah, because we went into it for a little bit.
Darren's a lover.
I do love love. Like I like learning about it. I think it's so interesting how we process love on different levels with different people. Like like you were saying, the way I love you guys is very different. Even the way I love you, Jen, is different from the way I love you, Ben.
Why is it different, Harry?
Because it's just different.
Because
No,
I'm better than you, nigga.
that too.
See me after the podcast.
You know, and it's like the love you have for your kid is different from the way you love your spouse, but somehow the love for your kid enhances your love for your spouse, and the love for your spouse enhances the love for your kid. Like the way it plays off and works or whatever. So I feel like for me, I like
Big butts. I'm sorry. I'm so childish. I'm sorry.
that was good. This is why people listen to us. I like words of affirmation.
Oh.
But I feel like I would never admit that. Even
just
though I just did.
But if she wasn't
If she wasn't giving me
filling
that,
your love tank,
I don't think I would say.
You wouldn't say anything?
No, I wouldn't.
you know what? And I kind of had this discussion with a lady the other day because I don't know how to communicate that if my tank
What
isn't
you
being
need.
filled. Because probably you fall in the same boat to where we'll give,
Yep.
right? But then we're like, well,
Yeah,
it'll get back
that's
to me
fine.
at some
Yeah,
point. Yeah, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep. And that's a problem because we'll
Yeah.
go so long without getting our tank filled
we're
while
trash.
we're giving, and then we're on empty, going into the negatives,
Mm.
and then we get shitty, and they're like, "What's wrong?" And then by the time we finally say whatever it is, we're like blowing up,
Or worse.
or worse. Not like, and that was my first marriage. Not knowing how to say or communicate what I need,
Right.
and then it just got really super negative, and it manifested itself in other areas where it was like I want to do what I want, and it's because I wasn't getting what I needed.
Right.
And not
Like I was
saying
watching Modern Family yesterday.
Oh boy.
it. Great show.
Great show. Still, I stopped watching for a while, and I was like, oh, it's probably stupid now, and I've gone back to it. And it's still a good show. So you know, on there's different. I mean, they're all related, but so the gay couple, the two men with the daughter.
There's a gay couple in there?
Yeah,
I didn't know
They
that.
always was a
they've
gay
always
couple.
been good.
Shit.
Mitch and Cam.
Yeah, Mitch and Cam.
I'll be paying attention. Damn, really?
They have a daughter. She's 13 or something now.
I know the
Lily.
creepy old man. That's it.
He's
Jay?
not creepy.
He's
Al
not creepy
Bundy?
at all.
No, the creepy old man that loves Chris, the son.
You're talking about Family Guy, homie.
What y'all say?
some Modern Family.
Jesus.
This guy's on a whole nother network,
like, what gay
homie.
people on the cartoon?
An animated show. We're talking about real
Modern
humans.
Family.
Yeah.
Oh,
So now,
what were we saying?
So about Mitch and Kim. So
We was talking about Meg.
these are the creepy old guy in love with Chris.
I was like, what is this?
Ladies and gentlemen, just turn it off.
Bear with us.
Turn it off now. No, don't bear with us. Just turn the shit off. So, long story short, they were talking about promises they had made each other
Yes,
when they first got together. And
I remember.
so Cam was saying how Mitchell had promised that when they got older, they could move back to his family's farm.
Mm.
And how he's like, I don't see that we're going to actually move back to Missouri. So Mitch is like, well, you promised me stuff. You promised me you'd give me a rose every month. And you promised me that you would watch E.T. because it's my favorite movie and you haven't watched it. So, of course, next scene, Kim has like fucking 100 roses. And he's like, I just watched E.T. and it was so touching. So, you know, it was one of those things where it's like, you know, give and take in relationship. And then their dads, you know, basically their mom, their dad's ex-wife had passed away. So her current husband had come to drop some stuff off, and he was kind of like in a bad place because his wife had died. And
Wait, who's mom?
so basically, Al Bundy, what on the show?
His wife?
His ex-wife.
She passed?
She passed on the show?
Yeah, apparently.
Whoa, she was crazy.
Yeah.
What was the angle on? I'll watch it. Sorry.
I don't even know how she died because I'm a few episodes skipped.
Wow. Oh, shit.
So her new husband came to drop some stuff off, and
Wait, who's new husband? Yeah, he was. Okay, I remember that dude.
Yeah.
All right.
so basically Jay and his current wife were having an argument, and the new husband was like, you should just apologize.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot easier. But instead, he tried to take the angle of arguing it, like, you know, but this is when you texted me this and that. She threw his phone down garbage disposal. And he's like, I'm going to try it your way. And he went and sincerely apologized. And she was excited. And she apologized, too, for her part in it. And the guy was like, you know, that's what he had always done in his marriage. But he was mad because the lady never apologized back.
Wow.
And so there was like a tree. It's funny, you know, it's about the ashes in the tree.
Yeah.
They did that with her body. So there was a tree. So he started yelling at the tree like, yeah, he apologized and she apologized back. And you never apologized back. You just always let me eat it. And da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? And that's like how you talk about filling the love tank. Like, yes, ladies, we like being apologized to when it's warranted. But sometimes both parties can apologize for something.
Oh, women hate to apologize.
They do.
I know we do, and you guys know how I apologize. I'm sorry for how it made you feel. I know, I understand.
I'll drop kick the shit out of her.
I hear how that sounds fucked up, but that still sounds like it makes sense to me. I'm sorry if that made you feel some type of way, but it is what it is, because it's true. I'm sorry you hate the fact that I told you your shoes are stupid, but your shoes are
that wouldn't
stupid.
even be a reason. Darren. You see, Darren? You see what she's doing?
I'm just saying. I'm sorry that it hurts your feelings that I told you your shoes are dumb.
I bought them from Paylessy. They were $600, baby.
Come on.
Now, if I say and tell you a dumbass for spending $600 at a place called Paylessy,
Apologize for that shit.
Paylessy, really, motherfucker?
The thing is French, Palazzi or some shit.
Yeah. Nah, you're gonna say it's like Nigerian. It's Paylessy. Paylessy is a place. Sorry for taking your money. Paylessy.
Oh, God bless this podcast. Oh, shit.
I understand women don't know how to apologize properly
What's that
95%
about?
of the time.
It was from getting everything you fucking want as a kid, growing up in an unrealistic world.
So he
So, ladies, all I'm saying is sometimes we can apologize and just say I'm sorry.
that shit goes a fucking
It
long
goes a
way.
long-
Leave off
especially
all
with
the
us.
extra shit that we like to put on. I know putting stank on it is fun. I know it feels good to be petty. I get it. But just every now and then, just be like, I'm sorry, babe. And
You
just,
say that shit for like a week, you're good. We won't do
Yeah,
anything. We'll
we-
build a fucking house.
I know. Listen, we're giving you gems.
I'm telling you, I'll call Bim like, yo, she apologized. I don't
Like,
know.
And
you
then what
lying.
happened? Nothing.
Nigga,
She
you
said she
lying.
was sorry.
Was she sorry? Yeah, she looked
She
it.
said she said.
Did she say why she's sorry? Yeah, she knew what she did wrong. What? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that'll throw everything. That'll stop
Yeah.
me in my tracks of being petty.
Dead bullheading
Yo.
for the red.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Done right there.
What? Oh.
Defused.
All
I'm
right.
sorry. I forgot to make you lunch today.
Oof.
See, not that.
I know, but I'm
Yeah.
just giving a random
Yeah, even if, like-
example. Because even with that, like, you don't have to make someone lunch.
All right.
No.
Right? So you making somebody lunch is already a nice gesture. So if you didn't make it, cool. But that man might have been expecting that, and then he went to work and he was hungry. He had a grumpy day because he didn't eat. So even though it's not like I have to make you lunch, it's like, I'm sorry. I dropped the ball today. I'm sorry. I left you hungry today.
Oof. Yeah, I even feel like, as you saying it, I'm like, hey, it's okay. It's okay. You know, next time, just let me know, and I can just do something real quick.
I'll just
you
get some
know.
cash out the ATM. I'll just
That
make some
shit-
plans.
See, I'm not. I don't even need that.
That's what I'm saying.
Keep
Like
that.
it could be that small.
It could be.
It could be that
I'd
small.
rather you like argument I'm thinking about in my head. We got into a big old back and forth, and I thought she was being completely unruly, but I saw my mistake and I apologized. Didn't get an apology back. I would never say to her like.
And that's the thing, ladies. They're not gonna.
We're
not
not
gonna
gonna
their
say,
throat for
"Don't
you
you have some?"
So when you see that opening, you don't even have to apologize first. They do most of the time first for us.
They
so
do.
When,
We do.
he said they do. So when they do it, think about it. Stop for a second. Stop for a second. No matter what, just stop for a second. And if the apology is sincere and you accept it, accept the apology. First of all, don't start arguing again. Don't keep going. Yeah, well, what you shouldn't. No, just say, okay, babe, I appreciate your apology and I accept your apology. And then stop again and think for a second. Now, is there anything that I could have done better? Is there anything that I could have done differently? And if there is, then turn your dumb ass to him and say, babe, I'm also sorry. Wow. Because I understand I could have done better too.
That's powerful. That's powerful stuff.
I'm gonna shed a tear.
That's powerful stuff.
I'm still single, gentlemen.
Yo, perfect ending to that. Hands up. Yet I'm still single.
I don't know.
Man, no, but that's real shit because we felt it.
Yeah.
That apology
it's true.
neutralizes me.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess
Then
we're
I
done
start
here.
feeling bad, even if I didn't do anything.
Then we
I'm
feel like complete shit. Like, damn.
fuck,
like,
I gotta get
and
some
it will-
roses right now.
Yeah, right.
I just feel bad.
You know
Get
what's
her a
funny?
card.
On that tip, so we went to Cumberland Farms during work yesterday, get some snacks, whatever. And in Cumberland Farms, right in the front, they have like bouquets of flowers. And I said to my homegirl, I said, what does somebody have to do? How much trouble do you have to be in to get these Cumberland Farms flowers before you go home? Because them flowers are fresh, which means they get bought up every day.
Oh yeah.
So what the fuck did you have to do?
Well,
Get
for
some Cumberland
me,
Farms. Have you bought Cumberland Farms flowers for somebody before?
no, never. I have my
Nah,
flower
nah,
place,
I'll
and they're
I'll go to Stop and Shop.
magnifique.
Oh.
But
That is a classy man. He has a flower place.
Your usual, Bim? Yeah, your usual.
the usual.
Sorry, go
In
ahead.
the doghouse. Hey,
Yeah, you know. You know me, Phil.
I asked if he had a shot. You know that
Yo, John, you too funny, yo.
But I know not to buy flowers if she's mad. So flowers are strictly for either surprise or celebratory.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not.
Well,
no.
you know your woman.
She don't want that shit. Nope. Don't come to me with flowers when you.
Really?
What's that supposed to do? Nah.
I
Yeah.
have to get flowers after the argument.
Yeah. And even if it's after, it has to be a little while after, so it seems like it's not related, but it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. See, not bad.
Ladies,
Little
how
love
would you
shit.
feel if you got Cumberland Farms flowers? Like you get the
They
flowers.
wouldn't know.
You don't know the Cumberland Farms flowers, right? And then like 2 days later,
You see the
you're doing his
receipt.
laundry, right? And you find the
Is this
receipt.
for $2.99?
Yeah, you're like this. Do you all of a sudden get mad?
Yo, that's not something to get mad at. Would you get mad at that?
I don't know.
I bet you
They're
would.
flowers, fam. What
Nah.
if Cumberland Farms gets them from a better place than
Like they're like
Betty
Paylessy
Sue
flowers.
shit? Yeah, Paylessy.
They're Paylessy flowers because they're beautiful. They're pretty flowers. They were
Come on.
fresh. They
They're
were bright, vibrant.
Cumberland.
Yeah. Cumberland. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where they came from. Would you rather me take them from some like a grave site? Or
No,
would you rather me
I'd rather you
cut them
spend
from some
$60.
ladies' lawn? No,
No, I'm just saying that's how ladies feel.
Are they crazy?
It's kind of like how an engagement ring. You can buy one for $200,
Yeah.
like the lady bought for Michael.
Yeah.
I
don't
ain't
know
see that.
I don't know how much she bought the ring for, but it was from a pawn shop. She
Okay.
bought the ring
Mike, I
before
think
she
this is
went,
a nice one, Michael.
You do
and
what
she
you
spent
can.
all her money. Right. And it's the thought that counts. You
Right.
do what you can.
Right.
I love you so much that I want to marry you and I'm buying a ring.
Yeah.
So I spent $200 at a pawn shop.
Yeah.
Or I gave you a ring that I originally gave my ex-girlfriend and she told me no.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah,
That happened?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure that has.
I'm
though.
sure.
I was actually talking to a friend of mine who is the opposite of what I feel like what we believe most women are. She was like, the ring, it could be the simplest ring from Walmart.
Is she married?
No.
She doesn't mean it.
She does. Apparently she does.
If she ain't married, she don't mean it.
Yeah. I told her, I was like, I think you're way worth more. Way more worth.
Worth
It's-
way more.
There we go. That,
Who's gonna get there?
yeah. That's
There's
just,
not enough time in the podcast.
I think you're worth way more.
But what does that mean?
What does that mean? Does this go back to dowry?
Because it's a symbol.
I guess.
He does what he can.
It's not like a circle.
It's not. It's
like
not a square because it has. It stops.
It's
It has. It's
a circle
because it continues.
It doesn't end.
You don't know. That's a
and now
movie
pronounce
reference.
you
Chuck and Larry.
Chuck and Larry.
But yeah, it's a symbol.
Like she's like, yeah, all right.
So if whatever man she's with at the moment can't afford something, he does what he can,
And get you
and
something.
she accepts it. And then later on, if he wants to, or if they
Give her
want to, he
something
gets
better.
something different.
That's how they did it in the old days.
What?
The olden days, that's how they did it.
They did what?
They got a ring, and then further down the line, like the 20th anniversary,
When you say olden days, how far back you talking? Because the ring thing wasn't always a thing.
like 40s, 50s.
Yeah, that's around when it started. Yeah,
Yeah.
that bullshit.
Which is why back to that original conversation we were having. Why is it that men don't wear engagement rings?
I don't know how you just got there, but all right.
Because you
We're
were just
talking about
saying that
rings.
the ring thing is kind of fairly modern,
Yeah, and the U.S. mostly like a heavy U.S.
right? So
thing.
it's like whoever came up with that concept clearly was a man. Because I'm putting this ring to mark my territory and this woman.
That's
but,
not the marking. No, I don't like that. It's
I mean, I'm not saying that's not why. I'm not saying that's
Yeah.
why people get engaged. But what I'm saying is the person who came up with it.
yeah. You're showing
They
your commitment
have
through
done
this
it to-
expensive.
No,
thing.
you're not showing your commitment because you're not also wearing a ring.
No. So you
You see what I'm saying, right?
the jewelry companies want to sell the super expensive shit.
But
right?
was it the jewelry
Now.
companies that made up
Jewelry
the
companies
concept?
didn't make
Yeah.
this.
It was
Oh, you
them.
didn't see Adam Ruins Everything, did you?
Not yet. That's a great
Yeah.
show. I need to.
On that show, it was the marketing of one of the jewelry companies. They're the ones that came up with the spend however much of your salary on the ring. It's marketing.
Just show her that you
Yeah,
care.
but
Yeah.
the whole ring tradition to begin with.
Oh, to begin with, I don't know. But like the way it is now, though, coming off of
Oh yeah,
how it's
kind
evolved.
of like the whole Christmas thing.
Yeah, so like it's a big shiny thing on your finger. There's excitement. Women are asking, "Oh my God, how much with the carrots, all that bullshit." There's no excitement. Granted, the things to come, the marriage to come, is the excitement. But for a guy, if I see Darren and he got a ring, I'm like,
Where'd you get that?
he took the plunge, huh? You know what I'm saying? It's super simple. It's not like,
Right.
but you're talking about just the acknowledgement.
Right.
Trash. I don't care.
Trash. Next.
Fair enough.
I want to wear a ring, man. I never want a ring in my life.
So what do you wear? So would you wear an I'm engaged ivy cap? Embroidered on the side?
If I didn't have to take my hat off at restaurants, probably. I don't know.
Get a tattoo on your head.
Shut up. I'm not tattooing my head.
I didn't wear the fucking ring.
Y'all don't have tattoos, huh?
I have one. I have a tiny one.
Huh?
Do you? Is it a
Oh,
tramp stamp?
initials, right?
Is it a rose?
Is it a what? Is it a rose? Is it a tramp stamp? No. Here. K-Yard, music, because I love music, and the A note and the C note. for
All that
Alexis
isn't that
and
little
Celeste.
tiny ass tattoo on the
Yeah.
sleeve?
It's just super faded.
Those are just some lines. That don't say shit.
No. So C is for K-Yard.
Uh-huh.
Some musical
C is
score
for
because I love
K-Yard.
music, like the C, and the A note and the C note for Alexis and Celeste. I actually have to get it.
You got to add now.
to it. yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you about just do your whole arm, yo.
I would love to. Actually, we were talking about getting
Don't
not,
do your whole
not
arm.
matching tattoos, but a
The wife got a tattoo?
together. She has one on her foot.
Oh,
She has an infinity symbol.
That's cute.
oh, okay.
It's very
I
nice.
like that.
I saw a headline that made me think of you, and I was like, I feel like Jen.
I'm nervous. Every time anytime somebody says that, it's always some bullshit.
Yeah.
So it was like one of those advice sections, and it said, should I feel weird about my being invited to my twin brother's surprise birthday party? And I said, huh? It took so what? So of course I read it, and
Oh my God.
it's his brother, his sister-in-law, invited him to his brother's surprise birthday party.
Well, that's different. 'Cause that's his wife that do the party.
No.
So that's different.
No.
If it was like one of their friends, like if you and Ben were twins, right? And I invited you, I said, yo, I'm throwing a surprise birthday party for Ben. And you're like, bitch?
It's my birthday party too.
No, I'm not rolling. Not rolling.
No,
But
you're
if
not-
it's like your wife, if Clarabelle said to Bim, I'm throwing a surprise birthday party for your brother, he'd be like, all right, that's cool.
Nope. Cause it's like, yo, it's
too
my
weird.
birthday too. Bitch, I got plans, man. What the fuck? Invite me
I
to
can't
my
even do what I want because I
Right,
gotta
'cause
be
I
at my
gotta
brother's birthday party.
Celebrate
But it's
his
my
shit.
birthday.
What is my day? No,
Nah,
man.
bitch, I got plans. That's true, though.
What are you busy doing though?
What the fuck? Are you kidding me?
I want to hear.
No.
Where's John? Oh, he couldn't make it. He had something to do tonight.
Look what? Celebrate his fucking birthday. You selfish bitch.
So you bitch you.
Not
Yeah,
even
you
like,
bitch you. Yeah, that's a perfect use.
Oh man. But that is a tough predicament for a woman. You're doing a surprise for your husband who has a twin. You gotta invite the nigga. It's just like, yeah, fuck your birthday. We're talking about him. We're gonna celebrate him today.
You could come if you want to.
Yeah, that's rough. I never thought of that. Oh shit, that's funny.
And then I have one other stupid question. And
What's up?
I'll stop. So it's one of those would you rather questions.
Oh,
Would you
boy.
rather always say what's on your mind, or would you rather say everything that's on your mind, or never speak again? I would never
Hey.
speak again.
Hey, for sure.
Shut up, Darren.
Swear to God.
You say what's on your mind during this podcast.
Barely.
Oh, there's a lot going on in there. We'll talk when the mics are off. You would rather not say anything ever again in life.
Rather stay silent.
I know we tease you about your accent and
Because
shit, but
because he probably says he's probably thinking stuff in his head like dumb shit, like childish shit, like ooh boobies, and he doesn't want to say things like that out loud.
Nah, I would say that out loud. I have no problem saying
that's
that.
what I'm saying. So why would you not want to say anything?
So then what is
You don't really mean that.
I really do.
You know what comes along with not saying anything ever again?
Silence.
Yes, Darren, but expression. How will you express
I can write down
emotions?
things.
What's wow. No, what's that
Yeah,
saying?
I'd rather. Be
Oh
quiet.
shit! You stub your toe. You can't say fuck.
Look at so the one thought I have in my head every time I walk into a building of some sort. So I work in IT.
Yep.
I go to this hotel and figure out what's wrong with them. I go to the hotel and I have to go back into the server room area.
Yep.
And every time that happens, I just, hey, I'm from IT, and I go right into the back.
Yep.
And I just do whatever I want, and nobody asks me a fucking question.
Right.
And the whole time, the moment I go behind the front desk, and I've never seen those people, they've never seen me, and I go to the back and I go, what if I had a fucking bomb? And I'm sorry, FBI, for listening and watching this, but it's the stupid ideas in my head. Like, if I had a bomb and I planted it here, and nobody said a word
They
to
don't
me.
ask for credentials or anything. Oh shit!
I've been thinking about that too.
Wait, so for that reason, you'd rather stay silent?
That's just one of my stupid thoughts.
No,
And it
because
goes-
that's something that you should say out loud because they really should be worried
they can step
about
their shit up.
Yeah, because that happened at the store before where like when I was working in the store and it was somebody who's one of the top people who didn't come to the store often came in and he started walking into the back room and one of my employees was like, "Excuse me, who are you?"
Yeah.
And at first he started to get mad, but then he was like,
Yeah.
"Good."
Yeah.
You should ask people who are trying to walk into the back room,
Yeah.
who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Same thing when the owner goes into stores that they don't know him, he just starts walking into the back room. He wants people to ask him, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
So you should be saying things like that out loud.
Give me another. I need another compelling.
Off the mic.
Oh shit! Oh,
Because he doesn't want to say it out loud. I get
No,
it.
yeah.
I see.
And so when I asked Clara about that question, I told her my answer. She was like, "Because you think of some fucked up shit."
Yeah, you must.
Yeah.
I do too. I just say it. It's
Yeah, it's
liberating.
It's healthy. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I feel like this is a huge release doing the release doing this podcast with y'all because, man, all this dumb shit that just be in my head. I just get it out.
Yeah.
Get it out.
You need to get it out.
Gotta get it out.
Like, I texted you guys this morning. I was like, I can't wait to record because it's today. Today was a tough one. You know, usually work is, it's work. So you have
Yeah.
like little moments. But for the most part, work is pretty cool for me. But today, boy, I got my first text before 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, no,
I was
no.
I
No.
was already on 10. So
Yeah.
I walked in with all the energy. And I walked in late because I'm like, say something else. Like, I was ready because I'm like, I'm so pissed off. Like, what are you texting me so early about some shit that has nothing to do with me?
Yeah. No, don't do
You know what
that.
I'm saying? So, like, I was already ready. And then as soon as I got there, he's already asking questions that already got me even more on 10. And then the things just kept piling. So now we're at 15, 20, 25. And I'm like, I'm going to need to go drink with my friends and
Yes.
chat because otherwise Friday is going to be something for these people. And they don't know me like that. They don't know that side of me because I try to keep it together.
So after something like this, you can
You
go
feel
in
better?
I
tomorrow
go
and be
on
like,
Friday
fuck it,
be
it's
like,
Friday.
yo, what up, my
Hakuna
guys?
Matata. Show enough.
I
Yeah.
mean,
We need this, man.
I'm calm.
So, Darren, think about it. If you couldn't talk, what happens to the podcast?
What happens to the podcast? What happens?
I sound like that.
Tell us both.
Stop.
Don't just tell
Hey,
Twin
shout out
Bims.
because we just about.
Oh,
at
we
the
didn't
end
even
of
talk
time.
about Cardi B and Offset.
Do we care? I don't care.
I don't care, but I'm mad the way everybody else cares.
No,
They don't
fuck,
care.
fuck that.
Oh.
I got more important things to talk
Oh,
about.
shit.
Two things.
Two things.
One, I saw a Liberty Mutual insurance commercial,
Mhm.
and they was like, if you get in an accident and your car is not paid for, their words were, Liberty Mutual pays, this is another one of those things I had to roll over and text myself. Liberty Mutual pays for your car plus depreciation. That pissed me off, because shouldn't this be Liberty Mutual pays for your car minus depreciation? I hate how advertising works.
Oh shit, they're
Right.
sneaky.
Right, they make it sound like they're giving you something extra, but
Wow,
they're
not.
They're not, because you can't say plus depreciation.
Because
That's like a double negative.
It's a double
almost.
negative, right? Because you can't add a negative number.
Right.
Right. Depreciation isn't a good thing.
Like plus minus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, marketing. So you'll go and be like, yeah, I paid $15,000 for the car.
And they're like, all right, we'll pay you the plus. We'll pay you the 15,000 plus your depreciation.
so
which is
now we'll give you
12.
yeah. Oh, I ain't even. pick
You all
up on that.
excited? Oh, plus it said it.
Right. You sign the line.
man,
Oh yeah,
it's-
look at
it
mutual.
said it.
Liberty Mutual
They're
pays
good.
me
Yeah, yeah,
depreciation.
you're right. I did say it.
Oh, crooks. Ooh.
Yeah, that should piss me off when I heard that. I just haven't
Wow.
bring that up. Second thing. Today's date is what?
The 6th
Of
December.
what is happening December 8th?
Bougie.
Bougie.
Oh yes, this
shall be
weekend.
free.
Happy
I am-
belated too on Jay-Z, by
I'm-
the way.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
happy
J-
belated.
oh,
Oh, throw
oh,
the diamonds up.
I love you. He had the best verse on Meek shit.
Throw the diamonds up. Meek's album. We didn't talk about Meek's album.
We ain't talking about shit. We
All
talk
right,
about
we'll talk about
Darren's
that next week.
asshole. Fuck. What is this shit? yo, this podcast.
Do you understand now? I want to be quiet.
We'll talk about Meek's album next time, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll talk about
I gotta listen to it.
Cardi B's
Heard it was
not
very
getting a
good.
divorce from Offset. She already deleted the post, so we won't even talk about that.
You know how that go.
The stupid bitch that put the video up that was on TMZ, that was dumb. That's
Stupid
what I
bitch
wanted to
who
talk
did
about.
What?
So apparently Offset fucked some bitch. We'll come back to Buju because that's important. Some chick had
Darren
sex-
be trying to wrap it up. Jen don't give a shit.
I don't give a fuck. 'Cause people gotta hear this shit. Some chick had sex with Offset. I'm sure it's not the only one.
Mhm.
The Cardi B posted a video and she was like, you know, me and my baby
we're
father,
friends,
you know,
and,
we've had
we
trouble for
tried.
a long time. It's like he hasn't even been your baby father
Yo,
for a long time.
real.
No.
Talking about we've been having troubles for a long time. You haven't even
You
been
barely
together.
been there for a year, barely.
The baby's like 4 months old. Like, stop. You just put the first picture of the baby up.
That's a fact.
Stop it. So she was like, you know, but even though he's my best friend, blah, 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 we're going to have to go our separate ways. I know divorce is going to take a while, but blah, blah, blah. She said the D word. So this chick was on, she put a video up, TMZ posted up because TMZ's messy. And so the girl's just like, oh, I didn't mean to mess up anyone's happy home. I didn't know how serious their marriage was.
What? What? Bitch.
That's the kind of woman that wouldn't care if you asked if she got her shots. Just saying.
You're correct.
I didn't know how serious their marriage was.
What? I thought it was just a marriage.
Nigga,
I
what?
didn't know it was a marriage.
Right. Literally. I didn't know you was like for real
Well,
married.
married.
Oh, it's scary out
Like
there.
the rings
man.
and everything.
And so she's over here fake crying. No, I didn't mean to break up your happy home, man.
I love your
y'all.
music. I want to keep hearing.
I don't want. I'm not the type of chick to walk around talking about I took Cardi B's nigga.
Wow.
She said those words, and I'm just like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Oh boy.
But so then, of course, Cardi B posted a picture of the baby because no one has seen culture with the K.
yeah, so
So that was supposed to
divert.
basically shut down everything.
Yeah.
And now I've looked, and Cardi B has taken down the post about getting divorced. So, you know, it is what it is. But
Wow.
Well, I, for one, hope they don't break up if they're happy with each other. I mean, if they're both unhappy, then, or one's unhappy, then cool. I hope they can work it out.
it's odd to think, can they be married? Because, I mean, can they be married? Can they be happy because they're always separate? So they're living two separate, very, very separate lives. I mean, there are a lot of married couples who live on different coasts. You know what I mean? But they don't live separate lives. Like, I can see that being a thing, but they live completely separate lives. So it's kind of tough, but they do have a baby now. You know, but I'm the first one to say I don't like when people try to use having children as a
As an
way
excuse
to
to stay
keep,
together.
to
Agreed.
try to keep a relationship. That a baby doesn't make a relationship makes a relationship, a baby makes a baby. So, you know, that's that. But I just thought that was an interesting little weirdo thing that was going on. But yeah, Buju. So Saturday, Alchemy, they're having a Buju free
That's right.
party, and not only is we DJ Paul Michael as usual, it'll also be Ghetto Hype, which I love. Ghetto, hey Ghetto.
Yo, for real?
Yeah, and it's like free before 11:30 or some shit like that. So I mean, I wasn't gonna go out Saturday, but I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, you have to.
I have to.
You have
Yeah.
But I'm gonna need whatever DJ is on. They're probably not gonna hear this, but I'm gonna need whatever DJ to play an extensive Buju set.
You don't, come on, you don't think that's gonna happen?
It better happen, or I'm blowing. Well, let me not say that because
Yep.
Alexa's listening.
Alexa and Google and them.
Siri, they're having a whole listening party.
And Darren's bed apparently.
Yeah, I'm like, huh? My bad.
My bed. All right, Darren, fine. Wrap it the fuck
No,
up.
no. I was gonna
Shout-outs?
say
Oh.
shout outs.
Wrap it up.
I don't have
like a
a
dick.
shout
Shout out to Hove, happy birthday. Shout out to
Wow.
Dylan, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dylan.
Shout out to all the other December babies.
Tisha, Helena.
Helena,
Well,
Mick
Helena's
Francis, who has the same birthday as Dylan.
Oh, yeah. Janelle.
My mom, my dad,
Bling, because, you know.
Bling. Into
Bling.
November, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's also Sagittarius.
Uh,
I think.
What?
I think.
whoever, yeah, all of that.
Oh, Loren. Her birthday was yesterday.
Loren,
That's
happy
right,
birthday,
yes, yes,
happy
yes,
belated.
yes.
Yeah, everybody, man. Ashley, all the birthdays in the world, man.
If you are celebrating a birthday in December, it's for you.
If your birthday is month, clap your hands. You
Oh, yeah, I almost clapped. You almost got
My birthday's a
He was
baby.
too excited.
Ah,
And that's how
I'm a
people still support R.
Gemini.
Kelly. I don't know how. That was-
Wow, Darren.
your passport? Did you get your shots? Tell me, do you? Let me stop. We're muting R. Kelly still, but that shit's catchy as fuck.
Hit America.
And one of our friends on Instagram put hashtag P2, and then
That was
no.
funny. Who was that? Y'all know that person directly? Darren does.
I didn't see it. Wait, I
you didn't
gotta
see it. I just thought the shit was hilarious.
Yo, that shit was funny.
It was fun, and that's the thing. It's like, where do we draw the line? Because
It's funny. You gotta make
because
jests.
like she said it, but then she was like, oh no, but it's serious. But it is serious.
You can make fun of serious
But
shit.
that's not. Can you though?
Yes.
Okay. So speaking of,
Mm-hmm.
there's a new commercial out I don't like.
Go ahead. Throw the
I,
braids back.
I meant to ask you guys who she is because I don't know who she
Can you
is.
not
All right,
do
we'll,
that, Mike?
yeah, we'll figure that out.
There's a commercial that I don't like.
Hmm.
And it's supposed to be heartfelt. It's supposed to be touching. You're supposed to love it. I don't even know what the fucking commercial's for. I think it's for Microsoft. Where it's like a kid's running through the neighborhood going, he's about to do it.
Xbox.
Is it?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
about
I
to
did
do
see-
it. He's
Yeah,
about
that
to
was
do
a
it.
good commercial.
And he gathers all the kids and they all run to the handicapped kid's house and he playing the game.
Yeah.
And the handicapped kid wins and he spins
Yeah,
around and, you know,
yeah.
handicapped.
That was a touching commercial, Jen.
I think it's handicap exploitation. I don't like it. I don't like how the commercial looked. I didn't like it. Just because he's handicapped, you got him spinning around and hitting the little things. And don't do that to the
mean-
little handicapped boy.
I mean, but so there have been a bunch of things I feel that have been highlighting people with disabilities that are
Right.
doing things that you would think they wouldn't be able to do, like
who says that
weightlifting.
handicapped people can't play video games?
I mean, they can, but I think
I ain't never sat there and said I don't think a handicapped person can play a video game.
no. But I think is the video game one that's moving around and
They
stuff?
didn't show the game, so it doesn't fucking matter.
So from the commercial, from what I gather, that pad that he had on the wheelchair, that's not a regular controller. So I think Xbox is introducing that new piece of tech that
Well,
allows
that was a terrible
for them.
commercial to
Yeah.
convey that message.
Because I had to watch it a few times to say, and I said I don't really get it.
I don't get it. I thought he was
but
playing like Rock Band.
But I saw the controller, and it probably allows for, based on where you hit the pad that he has, you know, you could do certain actions in the
See,
game.
so that's why I'm saying I don't like that commercial
Yeah,
because it did not
it
convey
was-
that. That's
yeah.
that's a noble cause,
Yeah.
and that makes sense. And
Yeah.
they should, instead of exploiting,
Yeah.
because that's what that is. That's like how they do pandering to black people, pandering to gay people, pandering. That's pandering to people who have somebody in their family that they're close to who's
Yeah,
handicapped.
that's a fact.
I don't like that pandering shit.
Because then now for the holidays, they're gonna cop.
Yeah.
Their marketing. Yeah, it's
No, because I didn't even know what the product was. So no, you wouldn't even cop. You
Oh,
just
that's
be like,
true. Yeah.
You would just be like, oh, that's great. That's nice.
I wasn't sure where you were going with
Like
this.
I
so
would
was
want to,
mad
I would
nervous.
want to cop if I had somebody in my
Yeah.
life who was handicapped. I would want to cop that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even have known what the product was if you
That's
didn't
true.
explain that to me.
Yeah, because unless you saw the pad and knew that wasn't something that.
Right.
was
I just
out,
thought it was
yeah.
another game, like I said, like Rock Band, like
Yeah.
bullshit, no bullshit. Like all jokes aside, I thought that's what that was.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and then the little kid got up, so I'm like, he's not even in a wheelchair. So what are we talking about right now? Like I hate that commercial because it's so off the mark. Like
No,
Anti-shout-out.
it's a terrible. Yeah, it was a terrible marketing ad. Yeah, I saw what they were trying to do, but it didn't.
it's kind of like
translate.
once again, it's like the pandering thing. Like when McDonald's, like I posted the Calvin. ad.
Calvin. We all love Calvin.
And all these years I've always loved Calvin.
Yeah.
And then in 2018 watching the Calvin ad, I was like, this is problematic as fuck.
Oh, come on. Yeah, all those commercials.
Damn it.
And Calvin went to Burger King later on, anyways. Y'all ain't know. You don't remember? Calvin went to Burger King.
Burger King. Somebody showed me. on the app today.
Oh, the
You
pettiness.
Yes, the
Yes.
penny. You seen it, right?
I wanted to say it, but I forgot.
the
Yo.
what?
I meant to bring it up earlier.
Burger King is so petty.
So Burger King on their app, have coupons.
Oh my God.
And so today, if you're within 600 feet of a McDonald's and you open the Burger King app, you can get a Whopper for $1.
Yes. No.
And then I tried it. I mean,
And then
a penny.
a
I'm sorry,
penny.
a penny. I tried it.
And it says on the app, you have
to
to
be-
be within 600 feet of McDonald's. It'll activate the coupon, and you'll get a Whopper for a penny.
And then so you can order it online and then go to Burger King and pick it up.
Can you imagine?
That's very petty.
I love it.
So that means that the people who developed the Burger King app have to have all locations
Yes.
of McDonald's
Yes.
loaded into the Burger King app.
Yes.
Step
Yes.
one in your pettiness. I mean, there's a lot of steps. But step one.
Step one in your pettiness.
Step one, you have to get all the locations of all the McDonald's
Fucking
in
brilliant.
all the country.
Oh, let me show him.
Yeah, because I had it on my app too.
Did you get your penny Whopper?
Nah, because I wasn't actually hungry. I just wanted to see it.
I wanted to do it to join the petty.
Actually, I was hungry, but I got
so
a
while you
salad because
pulling
I
that
got
up,
Burger King yesterday. It's right there.
Unlocked by going near McDonald's.
That's
It literally says
crazy.
unlock by going near McDonald's. Yeah.
That's funny.
phenomenal.
That's
And
funny.
then when you
Phenomenal.
click on it, if it loads up ever,
That's hilarious.
isn't it petty? It says how to unlock coupon. 1, get within 600 feet of a McDonald's. 2, tap this coupon when you are there and it will unlock. Okay.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
so there's your incentive for the week, guys. Go to McDonald's.
Penny Whopper.
And, yeah,
Go to McDonald's and get Burger King.
get a Whopper. I don't have a shout out. You guys don't have shout outs.
I forgot we do that. I haven't done Gen Snacks in a while. Ladies and gentlemen,
that's
I
right.
owe you guys a Gen Snacks.
And they love
Yeah.
Gen Snacks.
I need
they
to
do.
do a Gen Snacks next week, so I promise you.
Actually, next. Go ahead.
Next what?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
You sound like you was saying next week we're not gonna record.
No, next week we are going to record. I was going to say next week we have a guest with us.
Oh shoot! All right, so
Yeah.
next week I'm gonna do a Gen Snacks. I'll make sure I bring enough for 4 people because Darren's gonna tell us how we have a guest next week.
We have a guest. The good people from Hart in Rhode Island are releasing.
That's not how people say it.
No.
It's hotandri.com, Darren.
Boy.
What the fuck? You're so old.
Boy, oh boy.
Boy, oh boy. All right,
I'm gonna
fuck
go
you,
to the
Darren.
YMCA
Screw
after
it. Sit
this.
down.
No.
Hotandri.com is releasing a print magazine next week,
Ooh.
and we will have more to say about that next week on the show when they come visit.
And for those who don't know what Hot and RI is, you
Follow
can
them.
follow them on Instagram. Pretty much, if you've been out in the club or if you've been at any concerts in the, not just in the city of Providence, but anywhere around Rhode Island,
Hence the name.
there's a good chance they were in there snapping photos. So
And
check them
videos.
out on Instagram. And if you see a picture of yourself somewhere where you weren't supposed to be, request to have that photo deleted, and also tune in next week to
And,
hear what they
and
got
pay
to say.
them to take it down.
That too.
You know what I mean?
The
don't just be like, hey, take my picture down. I mean, show your appreciation
Throw a few
for
bucks.
for discretion.
Their Instagram account is hotnri.com. Not like period.com. It's hotnri.com. Spelled out. Follow
you
them.
go.
They'll be with us next week, and we'll be promoting that. as
Oh, I know
usual.
what my shout out is for.
Ooh, and I just remember mine too. Sorry, go ahead, Jen.
My shout out is for Just Right Entertainment.
Hey.
If you need any DJing, app lighting, photo booth for your big event,
Yes.
hit up Just Right Entertainment,
Yes.
justrightri.com.
Yes.
That's my shout out for the week
Yeah,
because that's where you go
Yeah.
when you need the best entertainment for your event.
Yes, thank you, Jen. My shout out also goes to our good friend Justin Case and Lady Ruck. They have a toy drive that is in full swing. They just had their first session last Saturday. They continue on this Saturday at 12 to 4 p.m. at the West End Community Center, 109 Buckland Street in Providence. They're asking for us to bring unwrapped new toys for the young ones, not used, new. Make sure it's still in the wrapping and everything. They are collecting and giving to families in need this Christmas season.
Just toys.
Just toys is for the
Toys for children.
yes.
You said it's this weekend?
Yes, they're doing it all the way until flyer. When is this until? It doesn't say. They did it a couple. They're doing it. I want to say this Saturday and maybe the following Saturday after that.
Okay.
But 12 to 4, we'll put the information on our Instagram. I plan to get some toys to them this weekend. Hopefully, you guys will be able to do the same.
Yeah, got some stuff at the house that's wrapped up still. I can
Yes,
bring
yes,
by
yes.
there.
For
I
more
probably have toys that I didn't give to my nieces and nephews from the last couple of years I can bring.
For more details, you could hit us up or hit up Mr. Justin Case. I know Justin Case or Lady Ruck on Facebook or Instagram. Yep.
No shout outs for me
Okay.
this week. Shout out to you guys for
Hey.
keeping me
Fuck.
sane.
Forty-three.
Yeah, I need this. This is
Therapeutic.
therapeutic for
That's
sure.
right.
So if nobody else listen, I'll come to listen to you guys and make my week much better. I love you guys.
I've been listening to a couple past episodes. This one is fucking funny.
You're referring to Amanda? Yes,
Tell-
she is.
she's
My name is not.
fucking-
Well, my name is Amanda. But my name is not Susan.
She's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
Can I tell you that last week after we left, I was just playing "Coming to America" clips on YouTube all the way home.
You continued with that.
Yeah. My name is Peaches, and,
And
I'm the best. All the DJs want to feel my breast.
Say what?
I got asthma. I can't really do it.
Oh man, I love it.
All right, so we'll see you guys next week. Don't forget we have a guest with us, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
And
If you have any questions you want us to ask, DM us.
Oh, are we doing that?
I mean, why not?
These niggas ain't responsive.
They never respond, but maybe one day they will. So we
They'll hit us up for everything but to ask a question.
Right.
We'll
Yeah,
got
actually, we
questions.
got a question.
Prove
just
them
before This
wrong.
week.
Huh?
We got a question.
Why do you listen to us?
No.
Oh.
Well, I need that one answered, but somebody asked us,
Axed.
whatever,
What are you, 7?
maybe, me and Bim, why are our teeth so white?
Oh yeah, I see
Somebody
that.
asked that?
That was
Yeah,
April.
April.
Are our teeth white?
Today, it's just now, yeah.
So April, hi, how you doing?
Hello.
Hey,
First,
April, hey, guys.
first time caller.
First time, long time. First time, long time. So yeah, April, what I do, I use a hydrogen peroxide.
I used to do
You're all
that.
familiar with that? Yeah. So
Yeah, I
and
gotta go back to that.
And I recently purchased
I'm lying.
a
I used to do that with baking soda.
baking soda. She got baking soda.
Baking soda. I got baking soda.
And I recently purchased a electric toothbrush
Oh, that's
for
my shit.
$8.
I can't do that.
I do Oral B. It's usually $5.99 or $6.99.
Nah, I
Oh,
can't.
you
get
got
a
some
2-pack.
fancy shit.
Oh no, Oral B's like, but you have to throw it out. It doesn't have the battery.
Ah,
throw it
you
out
can't
each
recharge
time.
it.
Yeah, so like every 2 months you just throw it
Nah, I
out.
can't
Yeah,
do
I got
that.
the
It's like a
joint
2-pack
rechargeable.
for like $10.99.
Since getting that, I felt teeth
Clean.
super clean.
Yeah.
And with the hydrogen peroxide, that helps to get the stuff. And in some of the mouthwashes, there's hydrogen peroxide in it. Just go to a dollar store, get it, or anywhere they sell it for like 89 cents or some shit for a
Did
big
you
bottle
know
of
that
hydrogen peroxide.
peroxide has expiration date?
Oh, I gotta check for that.
And I didn't realize this till one day in chemistry they pointed this out. So, ready? What's water? H2O.
Yep.
That's 2 hydrogen for 1 oxygen.
Yep.
H2O.
Right.
Hydrogen peroxide, there's a hydrogen per oxide, so it's H2O2.
Ah.
So eventually, that extra oxygen will react with the air that's in the bottle, and it'll just turn to water.
So, and that you'll lose the.
So it's literally just water. That's why
Ah.
it has an expiration date.
Oh, look at you. Come on, man. She got a degree, people.
That was interesting. Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that's why. But Darren, what's your secret?
Hey, Steve.
I put a filter on the picture. That's why. That's why it looks whiter than usual. Have no secret.
Yeah. All right, more questions like that, and we'll answer with
Yeah.
100% honesty.
And now you learned about why you need to throw out your hydrogen peroxide every
There
year.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now you know.
People have a great weekend. We will talk to you next week. Yeah.
Peace, suckers.
We love you all. And try the toe curling thing if you didn't already.
Yo.